Welcome everyone to the 6th episode of This Week in Geek, talking video game movies. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning / afternoon, depending on where you are watching us from, or thank you for putting us up on your Spotify as you're commuting, you're going to the gym, going to a jog, taking a shower. Anything and everything is valid as long as you're listening to us on Spotify. Of course, my name is Ren Geekness, and I'm not alone today. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Zach Papaya. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great, man. It's time to talk video game movies and all that. But I want to know who the fuck our guest is, so you better introduce
That's
them,
right.
man.
So, as Zach himself said, our topic today will be discussing if the video game movie curse has finally been broken now with the release of Sonic the Hedgehog in the States. Because over here in the UK, we got it last week. But of course, it's an epic topic, so we couldn't do it just the two of us. We got our first guest on This Week in Geek, ladies and gentlemen. He's been on another certain show that we did before. Welcome to the show, Leo Rydell from Geekly Goods.
Yes, I was low-key hoping it was Leo because we needed him for the Sonic discussion, and I love the fucking hat. That is one of the coolest hats I've ever seen in my life. Where did you get that from?
Hey, I appreciate that. Well, first off, what's up, y'all? Shit, it's good to be back. Thanks for bringing me on, Ren. And I didn't know Zach didn't know I actually was about to message him and be like, hey, man, I'll see you in like 2 minutes. So I'm glad
he never tells, like, he'll tell me there's a guest and then he wants my surprise. But wouldn't it be funny if I, like, hated him?
It would.
So
I don't
like,
hate
if you just did
I hate
like, oh, really? Like, oh, surprise. And Zach's just like,
that will be my test to see how good of an actor Zach is one day.
Yeah. Well,
like,
if you get Grace Randolph, Ren, and you bring her on,
no, not
Oh,
gonna happen.
Hi guys.
I'm not that curious about your reaction.
Real fun thing on it. So I was watching some random video. And you know how like YouTube will like send you to the next video like automatically.
Yes.
And so I was just doing that, and
I turned that off, by the way,
dude. I had to because it switched over to one of her videos, and again I don't know her personally. But I hear the voice, and I'm like, who the fuck is this,
dude?
And I go and look, and I'm like, oh my god.
I can't understand how her format. Okay, look, that's the only thing I'm gonna say is how is your format not well edited? Like, you're a big YouTuber, lady. Like, come on, man. Yeah. You're using Paint Shop Pro for stuff still. But anyway, y'all, I can't wait to talk some Sonic. Let's do it, fellas.
Talking some Sonic. Now, we will be careful with spoilers. This is not going to be a spoiler discussion. I'm sure we might stumble upon a few. So if we want to talk spoilers, we will let you guys know in advance, and we will be a quick side note or something because it just came out in the States. We don't want to spoil anything, even though I'm sure Twitter has already done that for a lot of people. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Just some quick thoughts before we get... Oh, never mind. Not quick thoughts yet. Zach, we got weekly ranking to do first, sir.
Yeah,
why don't you start us off on that?
Let's start it. Yeah, let's go. Some things I can't talk about, just as everyone knows. I have seen The Northman. You can see my reaction on Twitter. I can't do it till next week.
Monday for me.
Yeah, there you go. See, do you know when you're seeing it, Leo?
Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, so excited.
I'm very excited to hear your guys' thoughts on this. But anyways, let's dive into this. I did not watch that much. Just because I've been busy. I feel like I did see a lot this week, actually. I had a screener every day. There's just 2 films I can't talk about yet. So coming down at the bottom is a movie called All the Old Knives, an absolute slog to get through. Have no idea how this is positive on Rotten Tomatoes, flat out. I have major problems with this movie. Chris Pine is not one of them. Neither is Thandie Newton. They are both excellent in the film. They are the reason that I got through it. Besides that, I actually found that the story was just too dragged out. And there wasn't, like, it was very lifeless in its storytelling, where the concept is actually really interesting, and it should have been a miniseries. I think if you would have made this an 8-episode miniseries, establishing the past first, the relationship, making me care about everything, and then build up that instead of flashing back and forth, would have made for a way better time. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I almost turned it off after 30 minutes because I was just not feeling it. So that goes as far as say I did like the film as it went on though. Like once I got to the last 20 minutes, while I wasn't emotionally invested, I did like the conclusion, even though I thought it was predictable. I'll say that I thought it was really predictable. Next we have Ambulance, which is a way high, sky jumping high. Or wait, no, sorry, wait.
That shit was good.
Back out Ambulance real fast. Up next is Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore. I forgot I couldn't rank this last week. I could rank it now.
Yep.
I really like this. I actually want more Fantastic Beasts films now, which I would never have said 5 years ago because didn't really like the first one. The second one I actually liked, but my issues with it now stem because I was like, okay, this is a setup movie. When we see the third movie, it'll establish the setup. You don't even need to see the second movie.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, my girlfriend had only seen the first one, never saw the second one. We went and saw the third one, and she really liked it. And I was like, "Were you confused at all?" She goes, "I just don't get why Queenie went over, but that's it." I'm like, "Okay."
Let's not get into that because the real world parallels are very problematic.
Yeah. But like, so many things were missing, like Nagina, the snake, like that wasn't there.
Nagini.
Like,
I rewatched Crimes of Grindelwald this week, only after seeing the Secrets of Dumbledore. I'll get to that in my weekly rankings. But Nagini is with the good guys by the end of that movie, which I have completely forgotten.
She's not in the movie because she was pregnant. She was pregnant during COVID, like right at the end. So they just didn't. And then I want to say this. For anyone saying in my review that said I was talking spoilers when I said Tina wasn't in it enough, I don't care what you said. That's not a spoiler. That's me telling you one of my issues.
She's not big on the cast. Like if you look her up on IMDb,
I am.
She
should be. I am very pissed. I'm very pissed she's not in it that much. And I heard two different things. I heard she had COVID during it, but then I looked that up and I saw many other actors got COVID on set, so it wasn't just her. I'm going in the more realm that
she spoke out against J.K. Rowling.
That's it.
That's
the
truth.
And that's it, which pisses me off because she's literally one of the best parts of the other Fantastic Beasts film.
Yeah.
Catherine Waterston. Perfection, man. All right. Jumping after that, Ambulance. This movie is such a damn blast. I usually hate Michael Bay. I never get excited for his movies anymore. Ren was praising this movie, saying it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I went in and holy shit, this was a blast. Is it perfect? Hell no. Is it Jake Gyllenhaal yelling about flamingos and cashmere sweaters at times? Yes. And I lost it
Mel
every
Gibson,
time.
come here. Mel Gibson.
I will say, I don't know if you guys noticed this. There's a part, the giant dog in the movie, right? Did you notice the person petting the dog? There's a person underneath the dog petting him. You can totally see the fucking hand. There's an angle where the camera is on the outside and the dog's sitting on the outside, and he's telling him, "Get my dog out of that car chase." Mm-hmm. You can clearly see a human being holding the dog down and petting him. And I fucking lost it at that scene. I lost it at that scene. Because I asked my girlfriend, I was like, "Did you see that?" And she goes, "Yeah, what the fuck?" Like, anyways,
besides that is?
Whose?
Michael Bay's.
Are you
really?
That's awesome.
Guy.
Damn, he took the risk of putting his dog in those fucking car chases.
So, if after the show you guys go to Jimmy Kimmel, he interviewed the entire cast. He had Jake and Yaya together, and then he had Eiza Gonzalez on the same night.
Okay.
And she talks about how she once got a voice text from a voicemail from Michael Bay, and he's talking to. Like at first, it seems like he sent her accidentally a suggestive, a dirty voicemail. But then he's talking to a baby, and turns out he was talking to his dog, and that giant fur baby is his dog, and it's just really funny.
That's awesome.
You're gonna go on a walk. Yeah. You want it? That's the voicemail.
But I will give. Do you hear it? Do you hear the voice message?
No, she just says it herself, and she does the voice.
Okay. I gotta say though, this movie, if you don't turn your brain off, I mean, after like 20 minutes, you're gonna be pissed. There's one scene. This is what I also give credit where credit is due. It's a 2-hour car chase, but there's always stuff changing in the car chase. The surgery scene
the dynamic
is the surgery scene in particular. While completely and utterly ludicrous, especially with how they finish it. I enjoyed it, and I was just having such a blast
They
with
finish
it.
it in only a way Michael Bay would finish it.
Oh yeah, with a clip. We'll just leave it there with the clip.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend turns to me and she goes, "Those clips ain't shit," and I'm like, "I'm fucking bet." But I really enjoyed this. Is it too long? Yes. Is there too many drone shots? Probably. Is there too many shots of a police car, like the same police car being blown up 7 different times? Yes. Did it give me PTSD from Liam Neeson jumping over the fence in Taken 3? Absolutely. But it's so much fun. And I think this is one of Michael Bay's best films in like probably 10 years.
Yeah.
I actually, what it made me want to do is it made me want to go revisit his films.
Yes.
But I also don't, because he has a lot of shit. I was looking up the runtime on Transformers movies.
Just watch his top 3.
What would be your top 3?
And Pain and Gain.
Oh, Pain and Gain's so good. What about you, Leo? Is that your top 3 too?
Yeah, I would have to probably say that. I might would squeeze that first Transformers in there.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
I'd put the Transformers if it was a top 5, and I'm in a minority in this, so you guys might disagree. You'll probably disagree, but I really like The Island. I've always really enjoyed The Island.
That's the only Michael Bay film I've never seen.
I haven't seen it either, actually.
Okay.
I just know that one of the scenes he put in there is actually in one of the Transformers film, just changed. It's a highway scene. He took that scene because he needed it, and he put a Decepticon coming in.
The Island came out first, so it's one of the scenes of The Island he put into Transformers.
Yep.
You know what? I have to squeeze Bad Boys 2 in that top 3 as well.
Oh, I love Bad Boys.
Like Bad Boys, just too. That for me is like good Michael Bay. Like when we talk about like
13 hours though. 13 hours was good too.
13 hours.
Yeah, 13 hours is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pain and Gain. I like Pain and Gain.
Did you see the clip of someone use the Bad Boys 2 clip when they infiltrate the Klan? But the headline is Will Smith infiltrating the Oscars next year.
No.
I did not see that, but that's funny.
All right, Zach, keep going. I'm sorry.
Well, I only got one more, and at my number 1, I rewatched one of my favorite films of all time. I know Ren loves this movie. It is La La Land. Had to rewatch it. Got the 4K a while ago. Finally plugged it in, and it's stunning. It's still amazing. I sing along. I fell in love again. I
danced along, and I don't like to
dance along, man. Like it's a perfect movie. I got nothing else to say. I love that movie. So
Cinema.
That's my number 1 for the week.
All right, Leo, I'm going to let you go last because you're our guest. You need to bring up. You're not used to doing this every week, which is natural. So I want to give you as much time to do it as you can to organize what you saw this week. Right. So I also didn't watch too much this week. There's only one thing I didn't like, and even then, it's not like Morbius bad. But this week I rewatched The Crimes of Grindelwald. Still not good. Feels like filler. Feels uneventful. Feels like nothing happens. But I remember going into that film at the time, the 2 things I was most afraid of. Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, and why do we need a young Dumbledore? And those 2 things are the best aspects of the film.
The best parts of it, man.
By far. I was like, okay. All right. So, Crimes of Grindelwald, still not a good movie. Doesn't get better with The Secrets of Dumbledore, but The Secrets of Dumbledore is a thing unto itself that I'll talk about in a bit. Over that, All the Old Knives. I don't dislike it as much as Zach. I went straight down the middle. I went C or 50%, whatever you want to call it, because it's a great idea. It's a very interesting story. Not that you've never seen it before, you have, but it plays out in a very uninteresting and very convoluted way. To my surprise, this is the director of Borg versus McEnroe, the Shia LaBeouf movie. So I thought this guy should know intensity, and he doesn't. Not according to this film.
Wow, it's got a great cast too. That's
great cast,
stacked cast.
That doesn't utilize it well. By the way, like Jonathan Pryce is in there. He's great performance-wise, but you take his character out of the film, and it doesn't really change anything at all.
Same with Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, he's really not really there for anything.
Exactly. No. So. Without spoiling anything, Lawrence Fishburne is the boss of a CIA division, and he sends out Chris Pine into trying to find a mole that they had in their division. But really, it could have just been Chris Pine going off on his own, out of his own volition, trying to find a mole. So it's a very uneven movie. I went straight down the middle. It is just really nice to see this flaming, steaming, hot past relationship and the intertwining
sex
of
scenes weren't even that good,
professional life. No, the sex scenes were gratuitous, and you know it's really bad when I'm complaining about sex scenes being gratuitous.
With Thandie Newton, like.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about
sadly.
seeing her.
No complaints.
Sex scenes were not needed. But yeah, last time that happened was with Mothering Sunday. I got to a point where I was like, for fuck's sake, put some clothes on.
Okay, glad I skipped that link because I was like, dude, I don't know about all that.
Leo, that movie's fucking terrible. I mean,
I read the premise and I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll get to that one a little.
Later. I'm a sucker for period pieces, and I was like, what the fuck?
I had the rep from TIFF asked me again. She goes, "Hey, do you want to rewatch it? Are you gonna do a video review on it?" And I emailed her. I sent her my written review. I'm like, still feel the same way. I hate the movie. Ooh. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't endure it. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours of nonsense.
Oof, that's savage.
All right. Over all the old knives, I'm going to have Operation Mincemeat. Comes out next week here in the UK. Solid movie. There's a bit of a jump between that and all the old knives. Solid movie. It should have had a tighter script. And it has this very different feel to a war movie. Not getting into everything here because I still want to properly review it for you guys. But it takes a different approach. And it's about this real life spy story. That's all good. There's a surprising character in there that I'll get to in my review that I was like, kind of distracting that this person is in here, but okay, not bad distracting, but it's not like a Army Hammer is in a movie or something. But you'll know what I mean when the review comes out. But Matthew McFadyen, who's in Succession right now, Colin Firth, they're amazing. The performances are top notch. Just a good old fashioned spy thriller, like very dramatic spy thriller. Over that, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I will say this is a film I really enjoy, a film that finally seems to focus on the conflict at the heart of all these movies, and that is Grindelwald and Dumbledore, the tragic love story between the two. And
where they
in
don't
that,
kiss.
It really works, where they don't kiss, but there was a cut when they did. And that's all I'm going to say, because I can't get into how I found out.
I'm not surprised that was cut, though. I'm not surprised. Like, I'm saying it should have been there, but
I don't really necessarily think it should have been. Like, if I didn't know, it doesn't take anything away from the movie, but it highlights more so the prejudices outside of the movie itself.
Yeah, with the studio.
Oh yeah.
You probably can't say. Can you put in the private chat what it was that they cut? Like, why? Do you know or no?
I don't know reasons. I know which scene it was. I think I told you guys what scene it was.
Yeah.
But that's literally all I know. Like in this scene, there was at one point one of the cuts where they kissed, and that's it. So as much as I like this film, as much as what it focuses really well. This is a film that's starting out from a place of disadvantage. I got into all of that in my review. Like, this is a film that's trying to pull a half-sunken ship out of the water. And I think for the most part, it successfully does it. But it is a movie that it encounters a lot of difficulties a lot along the way. Like, it's trying to rewrite certain things that have been established in the past two movies. And as much as I don't like The Crimes of Grindelwald, like, there are certain things in this movie that I'm like, okay, but you said this in the last movie. Okay. Like, it's trying to steer this franchise in the right direction, and I hope it does. There isn't a lot of satisfaction in the sense that you have a conclusion sort of in here. If they don't do any others, which at this point, they don't know if they will. If they don't do any others, like, it's done. It's fine if it ends here. But because of that, there isn't a lot of satisfaction.
I want at least one more. I mean that's my thing. I want one more because as much as it ended, but I don't think it was like, oh yay, like the fucking great ending.
It's not. But they left it in a place where if they don't do any others, like the story is resolved, then you know what happens next.
I'll be 100%. To be honest with you guys, they could stop right here and I'd be okay. Like, they could literally end the Fantastic Beasts franchise.
I would just say this. You know what I thought, like, watching this movie, and I'm just like, how have you guys not greenlit a HBO Max show? How do we not have more Wizarding World stuff? Like, you guys need subscribers.
Because the brand is damaged at this point.
Yeah,
it's damaged for me, but like you could get like there's so much
I'm not even saying for me. I'll watch it if they highlight it. I don't care but the brand as a whole is not damaged, fractured. There's some cracks in there.
But that's my thing, and I don't know how many Potterheads you guys have in your guys' lives and stuff, but like
I live in the UK.
Do they hate Fantastic Beasts? I know, but do a lot of them, do they like Fantastic Beasts or do they not? Because I'm curious, because in America, at least a lot of the Potterheads,
they're mostly lukewarm to the Fantastic Beasts franchise itself, but they still love this world. Okay. They still love the Wizarding world.
Because out here, a lot of people love Fantastic Beasts. Like the general going audience loves Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I love the beasts. They like the beast part of it, like the monsters and stuff.
It should have been magical Pokemon in the Harry Potter world. That's what it should have been.
Look, my man, green like that.
All right, 2 more. Over Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. So overall, guys, go watch it. I recommend it. It comes out next week in the States. It's out here right now, and it'll probably be our main topic next week. Over that, I'm going to have the outfit. I finally watched it. Finally came out here yesterday. Shy of great, but so good. Really good. So good. Shy of great, but really good. Mark Rylance' performance has a lot of nuances to it that once you get to the ending, you look back on the whole thing and you're like, oh, okay, I see what he was doing here and there. So quite the good film. I'm going to review it in full in video. And over that, episode 2 of Moon Knight. Episode 2 of Moon Knight, I love how it dives deeper into the intersection of who is Steven and who is Mark. It's not quite my favorite episode yet. My favorite episode of Moon Knight comes out next week.
Oh, I forgot to do
episode
Moon Knight.
3. God damn it. Episode 3 of Moon Knight is my favorite episode, but episode 2 is just really good and continues to set this show apart in terms of how it's doing things. Not just in what it is doing, how it's doing it. And it keeps up that perfectly methodical pacing of the show that makes it stand out and makes it the best paced show of the
show is
until now overall.
This show is fabulous. The thing, because I actually rewatched 2, 3, and 4 yesterday. 5 was gone, so I couldn't watch that. Fucking, I was sad about.
Well, good, because I can't watch it either. So, all right, Leo, what do you got, brother?
So good.
All right, so. Great rankings, guys. At the bottom of my list this week, it comes Halo. I'll be 100% honest. The way that the direction that we're going here is starting to veer off a little too far for me. Really need them to come back this next week with a strong, very exciting episode, because we have now gotten 2 episodes in a row of Halo where it is just very exposition driven, very dialogue heavy, and also I'm not liking what they did with Cortana at all.
Let me tell you, Leo. I almost stayed
no spoilers because I'm not watching yet.
Oh, okay.
Leo, let me tell you, I almost stayed up at midnight to watch it, to cover it, but I told myself, no, something tells me I'm going to fall asleep or it's going to be exposition and I'm not going to be happy.
Dude, it was so exposition heavy and I was just, I think we need to get past that and get back to the Silver Team out doing more operations. Like, I want to see more of that. I want to see more elites. I want to see more Covenant, and I'm not seeing enough right now. So I'm a little bit, and without spoiling, without saying too much, I will say I don't really like the character of Soren this episode, but I did really like him the last one. So I hope they kind of clean that character up, because this episode seemed to kind of, I don't know, hint at him being a little more sinister than I thought. So I did not really like this week's episode of Halo. Coming right above that is Fantastic Beasts. Look, I thought this was a step up from the last one. Really enjoyed this one. Like, it was like kind of weird for me because I didn't like the first 2. Didn't like that second one at all. Crimes of Grindelwald was, in my opinion, one of the worst movies of the entire Harry Potter franchise. Didn't like it. It was not memorable. It was not, honestly, it made me feel like no excitement for this one. Because I guess I'm more lukewarm on the first one, but the second Fantastic Beasts, it lost me so much that I was like, damn, is it going to be the secrets of Dumbledore? And we're barely going to see Dumbledore, just like it was the Crimes of Grindelwald, and we barely see Grindelwald. So I did not like the second, but this third one, it brought some magic and wonder back to the franchise. I still don't like what they did with Credence's story, but I won't get too deep into spoilers. But I really like this one, and I thought it was a step up. Hopefully seeing it maybe one more time, but I really liked it. Above that, I would go Moon Knight. Great episode. I'm with you, Ren. I think I like 3 and 4 the best out of the 4 that I've seen so far.
I can't wait till our show after episode 4.
Oh
airs.
my God. Well, episode 4 was mind shattering for me, to be completely honest.
I know.
After finishing my comic reread, I think I have a better understanding. I think where I know where
you've read now the run that they're most adapting into this one. You read the one,
and I had never finished it. I'd read it in the past, but now I finished it. Oh, where episode 4 goes, it's very
freaking ready.
very much based off.
By the way, just bought volume 1 of the current run.
I have it here right now.
Okay, there we go.
I bought that one too. I'm reading the next one. I'm reading though. I wanted a little bit more of a fun one, so I'm reading this one, the one where
that's the one I'm on right now. I'm loving it.
Michael Bendis.
Yeah, the Bendis run is amazing. But okay, I actually forgot something. I will put right underneath Moonlight. I will put Ambulance. Bay's best years, like you guys said. Look, it's explosive. It's fun. Yes, it's a little long. Yes, it kind of goes in circles sometimes, but man, I had such a good time watching that movie. I was like, wow, this is an adrenaline rush for 2 hours. It doesn't do it as good as Speed, but damn, it really has you on the edge of your seat the whole time. I was like, look, I didn't like 6 Underground. I didn't like, I think there was one between Ambulance and 6 Underground. Didn't like the last, probably 4 or 5 Bay movies that have come out. But this one, I was like, damn, I think I might need to take 2 of that, because Jake Gyllenhaal just screaming most of the movie was hilariously entertaining.
Him and Yaya, man, they
so good. That brother dynamic
plays every facet of that character so well. I fucked up the name, didn't I?
And they made it believable for me, because I remember sitting in the scene, I'm like, these guys are brothers. And then when when you get through the story and you get into the actual ambulance, I'm like, yeah,
flashback scene of him as the sheriff, perfect. That was actually really good visual storytelling. Mm-hmm. And I think again that goes, Michael Bay's a good director. When he
some of the movies, man.
You know how we get around the Oscars, we get the actors on actors thing.
Yeah.
For all their faults, I would be absolutely mesmerized to see a director on directors thing with Michael Bay and Zack Snyder. That would be a conversation to behold.
Yeah, damn, that would be good.
Oh, I just want to say this real fast. When you guys see The Northman on Monday, afterwards, if your thoughts aren't, he should direct a God of War film.
Oh man, okay, I'm already really
seriously.
excited.
Robert Eggers needs to direct a God of War film. That is all me and Griffin have been talking about. Is how
Zach,
he needs to.
I didn't know I could get more excited for this film, but
Ren, please don't stand up. Please don't stand up.
I'm not going to stand up. I can't. My legs are shaking and other things.
I'm standing up, damn it. I'm happy as hell. But to top the list is Sonic the Hedgehog. No. I got one more. I got iCarly episodes 1 and 2. Freaking awesome. Not a lot to say there. It's more of the same great show that was the first season. And the first season was just more of the great show that was on Nickelodeon before. So honestly, they're just continuing with good writing chops, good comedy. But to top it all off, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, fuck, that was so much fun. So much fun, man.
Did you scream at the end credit scene?
Oh, yeah.
Just wondering.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, you can see it on my YouTube channel. I'm literally just I muted the sound, but it's just me.
On it?
Yeah, I definitely didn't film the screen, but I filmed my reaction.
I see. It's the post-credit.
You put it up on TikTok
head
as well,
over
right?
heels. Yeah. I put it up on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I was head over heels over that post-credit.
Yeah.
But man, we'll talk about it later. But what a movie!
Where the adults were screaming, but the kids were silent. Me and my friends, we were watching, yeah,
right. And the kids are like,
yeah. I don't know what
that is. Leo, I love your shorts where it's I just saw blank. And it's I
appreciate
my favorite
that.
one. I love your Batman one, and I love your Sonic one. Your Morbius.
Yeah, the best one is the Morbius one.
Yeah,
Morbius.
So, guys, I'm gonna be 100%. Walking out of Morbius might have been the most disappointing walkout of a movie that I've done.
Wow!
In the last probably 2 or 3 years, I can't say ever, because
there's
so
some bad ones. My girlfriend was at her job yesterday. talking with like her coworkers, and one of them was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go. My boyfriend wants to go see Morbius this week. I want to go see Sonic this week." And even my girlfriend, who like liked Morbius, she goes, "Don't see Morbius. Don't see Morbius."
I mean,
like,
it's just not worth it, man. I really, my thing about Morbius is I'm like, all right, y'all really delayed this 2 years and mean to tell me them visual effects were not touched in the 2 years? Like nothing,
also,
and y'all cut more out of the movie. Y'all cut a lot more out of the movie because y'all seen that first trailer lately? I was like, wow, the Tyrese
I did. When I was editing my
gone.
review, I was like, half of this is not in the movie.
Not even in the movie. I'm scrolling through the trailer. I'm like, even the part where he's like, "We are Venom." Haha, just kidding. They cut out the "just kidding" part. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
they did.
They wanted him to sound serious about that.
Yeah.
Like, what a mess.
It sounds like the director even knows it's a mess, which sucks because I think Daniel Espinosa is actually a pretty decent director. So
he's a decent director.
Now, how did he not know that was in the trailer? I don't know. I think he's capping a little on that. I'm like, you knew that Spider-Man was going in the damn trailer.
All right, everyone. Let's go to your weekly rankings now. Eric Thorpe, good friend of the show. Hey, guys, here's my weekly ranking. Number 1, Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 1. Number 2, Moon Knight, Episode 2. Number 3, Windfall. Finally, someone else watched Windfall. Number 4, Prince of Persia. Number 5, Sonic the Hedgehog. And number 6, Morbius. I would put Moon Knight at number 1 over there. I would exchange Prince of Persia with Windfall. I think I would put. Do I put Sonic the Hedgehog? The first one? No, I don't put that over Prince of Persia at all. And yeah, those are my changes. But good ranking. Any changes on you guys for Eric's?
So good ranking. I think I would honestly just swap Sonic the Hedgehog if it's the second one with not Moon Knight, with Windfall.
I think it's the first one though. That's the thing.
Oh. Then it belongs where it's at if it's the first one.
All right. Jack Alexander, I've only watched 5 things in the past week because I've been very busy. I only watched 5 things myself, Eric. Don't worry about it. Number 5, The Godfather Part 2. Number 4, Moon Knight Episode 1. Number 3, Forrest Gump. Number 2, The Godfather. And number 1, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's been a while since I watched that one.
I can't believe The Godfather Part 2 is so fucking low.
Yeah. I prefer it to the first one for sure.
Same.
Easy.
Never seen Part 3 though.
Place for me.
Never seen Part 3.
Ooh, you don't want to see Part 3.
I've never seen it either.
I will say all of these are good. Like whatever is in last place, whatever is in first, all of these are good. I don't think Jack watched a bad thing this week.
Yeah, that's a hell of a stat.
I'll say that. Tony Movie Chappie. Didn't see anything back this week. Number 4, Electra Lux. That name is familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. Number 3, Moon Knight. Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And hot take, I actually like it and didn't mind the human characters in this one. Number 1, Ambulance. Goddamn right, you have Ambulance at number 1. You are correct, sir. No complaints there. Movie Fan. Weekly ranking. Number 1, Ambulance. Fuck yes. Number 2, Windfall. Number 3, Dating Amber. I don't know what that one is. Number 4, Fantastic Beasts 2016 rewatch. Everything was great this week, no matter my ranking. And your ranking is very welcome, sir. Thank you for sharing. Let me see. We have more. Joe Fletcher, also a good friend of the show. All of you guys are good friends of the show. Weekly ranking number 8, Morbius. Number 7, The Bubble. Number 6, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Number 1, Sonic. Number 5, Sonic 1. Number 4, Lady Bird. Number 3, Dallas Buyers Club. Number 2, Creed. And number 1, Whiplash. Ooh. I think I repositioned Dallas Buyers Club with Lady Bird. And I might reposition... I think The Bubble is a better movie than Crimes of Grindelwald, just slightly. But yeah, other than that, I agree. Whiplash is at number 1, baby. Goddamn right. Let's see if we have any more. Geeko EP. My weekly ranking. I like them all. Number 7, Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. Number 6, Lord of War with Nicolas Cage. Number 5, Severance, episode 4 and 5. Number 4, Four Brothers, the Tyrese, Mark Wahlberg, and Gareth Edlund. And who's the 4th? Is it Chiwetel Ejiofor? Chiwetel Ejiofor is the 4th brother. Number 3, Kim Possible, the animated movie or the live? I hope it's the animated one.
Oh man, it can't be that live action one. It ain't that one.
Number 2, Moon Knight Episode 2, and number 1, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I still can't watch that because it's not released everywhere. It's not released everywhere all at once, unfortunately.
Oh man. Yeah, it's so good, man.
Definition Scott, weekly ranking number 5, Huntsman Winter's War. That movie is underrated. I like that movie, and I like the first one even more. The first one is superior by far. Number 8, Snow White and the Huntsman. Number 7, Pet Sematary. The original or the remake? Because the remake is better. Number 6, Batwoman Season 1 finale. Number 5, Superman. Number 4, Superman 2 Donner Cut. Number 3, Superman 3 and 4 over Superman, the original and Donner Cut. Damn. All right.
I think you guys are just fucking with us now. I think they're just fucking with us now.
Number 2, Chicago, and never seen it. And number 1, Moon Knight Episode 2. That is also correct because you have Moon Knight at number 1. And I think that's it for weekly rankings.
I think that might be the first person I've seen with Superman 3 and 4 over Superman
I know, right?
2 and 1.
I don't like any of them, but I'd sure put one and
not
2
one?
over the other. I'm indifferent to the first one and to the second one. The 3 and 4, I think they're bad movies outright.
Yeah,
number 1 and number 2, I just even as a kid, I never got into them. They just felt always very fake to me. Obviously, products of their time. Obviously, they're the ones that opened the doors, but I never really got attached to them. As a filmmaking as a whole, just
he's lying. He watches them every weekend.
Exactly, every single week. All right, everyone, let's finally get into our main topic. Is the video game movie curse broken? And I will say, let me start off with this one, because I would say not yet, but we are well on our way. Because with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and even Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which I personally didn't like too much, I think we're on a hot streak, kind of. Because overall, a lot of people like that first Sonic the Hedgehog. I think, Zach, you liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
What did you feel about that one?
Oh, yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, I kind of knew the first Sonic is not as much based off of the games as this one. So I kind of knew they had to get their feet wet. So I was like, yeah, like it was pretty good. This one, though, like I came out hella excited about the second one.
I think we talked about video game movies. Like when the God of War show was announced, we talked about like video game movies that would work as a movie and a little bit of a hot streak. Because let's start in 2016, which was not a year where there were great video game movies, but going into 2016, there were 2 movies coming out that everyone was like, oh shit, this is going to be great. And looking at the trailers, mostly everyone was like, oh shit, this is indeed going to be great. And that's Warcraft and Assassin's Creed. Now, one of these did not pay off at all.
Unless you talk to Griffin from FilmSpeak. Griffin from FilmSpeak.
Oh, he liked Assassin's Creed?
He fucking loves it. He loves that.
I adore Griffin. I love Griffin. He's a great guy, very intelligent, one of the best channels out there. Assassin's Creed is ass. I think it's not terrible. The worst video game movie, it's bottom 3 video game.
I don't even know how you got it that bad when you have such a stacked cast.
And by the way, it's top 3 video game franchises for me. Might be my number 2. I love this franchise. I love the lore of it all. I was excited. They had a great cast. They had a great director in Justin Kurzel. And it did not pay off. Warcraft, though, was all right. I thought Warcraft was all right.
That's actually my favorite one. That's actually my favorite video game movie.
Oh, really?
I love that movie.
I think
love
visually
that movie.
it's outstanding. I think the story is.
I agree with that. But as a Warcraft fan, like because I grew up playing Warcraft.
Okay.
It's middle of the line for me. It's like 50, maybe I'd go 55% because there are things that are enjoyable about it. But
it's striking.
Look, for what we came from before that, we had Silent Hill Revelation, Hitman, Need for Speed, all the Resident Evils. Remember the live action Tekken? Yeah.
I never saw it. So.
Warcraft for what it was. Pretty all right. Pretty
first-
all right.
Prince of Persia, underrated. Just saying, Prince of Persia, underrated.
I'm not bringing up Prince of Persia because I fucking love Prince of Persia. Is it a problematic movie because we have a white guy pretending to be Persian? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a movie that anyone else liked? No, it's not.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I did a double feature that day with my dad. We saw Prince of Persia.
No, I didn't like it. You know, I think though the lowest bar you can go with these is that second Mortal Kombat. That what was it like 1999, 2000? Yeah. Oh my god, man!
No, I think it's 1990. No, the original was 1995. I think it's 7. The second one was the second one. But Annihilation is so bad it's good, I think.
It's so
I would put that second Mortal Kombat. Yeah, 97, November 21st, 97.
Just watch it for the laughs, Zach. For the laugh.
I would put Assassin's Creed below that movie because I get some enjoyment out of that movie.
Okay.
The worst line reading ever is in that movie. Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
Oh, it's so bad. I'm like,
it's god awful. But yeah, like Warcraft isn't anything to write home about. But what we came from before that, Warcraft was like, okay, all right.
Step in the right
and
direction.
Then we had my nemesis, Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. But then 2018, Tomb Raider. That was okay. Rampage. That was really fun.
I liked it.
Detective Pikachu. I don't like it.
I fucking love Detective Pikachu. Love Detective Pikachu.
And Leo likes it too, don't you?
Yeah,
I think.
I like it. Look, I mean, I thought for what it was all right. Do I need a sequel? Nah.
Leo, be on my side. Don't you want more Pokemon in your world?
I want more Pokemon without Ryan Reynolds.
And after Detective Pikachu, we had the first Sonic the Hedgehog. And then we had Monster Hunter, which
never saw it.
But then we had Mortal Kombat last year. I love Mortal Kombat 2021.
All right.
And I still haven't seen this one. A lot of people like Werewolves Within.
That was so
I'm not going to comment.
So good. So good. Right. Very underrated. That was really good.
But then we had Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, for me,
favorite film of life.
The best out of all the Resident Evil movies, like easily, but that's not a really high bar to overcome. But Zach really dislikes this one.
I hated that movie. As a Resident Evil fan, I felt like I was getting slapped in the face with a zombie cock. Honestly, that's
this recent Resident Evil. Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I said
it was a disaster. It was a disaster. It's like, look at all the Easter eggs on the screen. Fuck
I'm cool.
You made a shitty movie. That's what you did. And then you have Uncharted next, right?
And then you have Uncharted already this year. And Uncharted, again, I'm not going to say it's anything to write home about. It's all right. They got the regarding our lead, not so much our supporting guy, but regarding our lead, the right guy to play this movie, to play this character. And they did very much the right thing with the story they explored. A lot of the things in the writing, they clearly understand this material. Not so much the direction. They should have gotten something who can do cool stuff on camera.
Yeah.
But again, I would put Sonic the Hedgehog 2 over Uncharted. I would put Uncharted over the first Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, and this is what I'll say. Uncharted. I have a lot of issues with that movie. I will probably never watch it again. And my biggest issue is it just feels like the writers did not play a game. Like they literally just watched YouTube clips of the best moments from Uncharted and then put that in the script.
Yeah,
I can see that. But look, I'm personally still not ready to say that the curse is broken, but I think we're very much in the right direction because Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has a lot of issues, but the stuff that's good in it,
it's so good.
It's really good. Like
it's almost a perfect Sonic the Hedgehog video
game.
Because
even the good stuff on the Sonic portion of the story in this one has logical issues, like a lot. So it would still not make it a 5-star for me. But you take the actual issues, the human, the wedding stuff, the things that the screenwriters so much did not give a shit that we could not give a shit. You take that out, Sonic is like a 3.5, maybe 4-star movie for me. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because when it focuses on the adventure, on the emeralds, on the Sonic lore, so much that I got into start watching it Sonic X again, because I just want to get to the part where a certain character comes into the story. Another conversation for another day. But this Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, like when it focuses on Sonic, god damn it, I want to go back and play these games. Sonic Battle, Sonic Advance 2, Sonic Advance 3.
And I want to buy Sonic Battles and Sonic Adventures. They're like $80, $80 to $100 out here.
Oh shit!
What the?
Yeah. See, that's Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure and DX and Battle and all that. They're hard to find now. Since they're out of
I have Heroes. I have Heroes, and that's it.
Dang.
So, but yeah, no, I mean. I really love this Sonic the Hedgehog movie for all the great things of it. There's issues. Hands down, there's issues. It's too fucking long. The whole Hawaii stuff, I was
out of the movie, y'all.
It only feels long, and I agree that it does because of
that
Hawaii stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, and the thing is, what was it, Leo?
No, I told Ren coming out of the theater, I was like, okay, I got up, went and got a drink, went to the bathroom during all the Hawaiian stuff, got back, and I was like, I didn't miss anything. Holy crap. No. I didn't miss anything. Wow.
You did not.
And it was still not over. You did not. You're tearing me apart, Sonic.
But Leo, what do you think the curse is broken? Are you ready to call it either way? And do you think we're heading in the right direction, or are we at a standstill?
I think we're in the right direction. I don't think it's over. I do think there's still some massive issues in terms of adapting lore and bringing it to live action. I definitely think it depends on the game and the movie. But I think there are stronger ones than others. I was actually thinking about this last night. I was like, I think Sonic is a good template, but I also think that Sonic as an IP was dying. So there was a fresh area there to really move it to another medium and have it continue to stay relevant and continue to entertain audiences of all ages. Because I think with Pokemon and some other IP, they're not nearly where Sonic was when the movie came out, because Sonic was like, I'm telling y'all, I think it was on crutches, the IP, because the games that were coming out were pretty low quality. The shows, Sonic, say what you want about Sonic Boom, it's not Sonic X. So it was like on its last leg, really. And I think that it becoming a movie was a fresh restart for Sonic as an IP. So I think that Sonic worked. I don't know that I could say it about video game movies in general. I'm gonna be this guy. I know it's not that serious of a game or series. Did not like the Cuphead Netflix adaptation. I'm starting to not like Halo. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing some cracks in some of these other ones. I don't think the formula is quite there, but I think with Sonic, it worked because of where the IP was and just because of how well this second one was adapted. I think that this proves that you can take video game lore and make it digestible and entertaining to everyone. And I think that Sonic 2 was the formula. Halo, I'm starting to kind of scoot away from that, because the first episode of Halo, I was like, yeah, this is, I'm on board, feeling this. And since I have not, and we're 3 episodes in now, so can't say that about Halo unless the next episode wows me. But man, Sonic, step in the right direction, but the IP was dead, so that has a big factor in it.
But you bring up TV shows, which is an interesting thing, because I haven't seen Halo. So full disclosure, I'm in the UK. Paramount is not available here. I'm playing my chips right. I'm creating relationships with the PRs over at Paramount. So when Paramount gets here in the summer, I will maybe give you some Halo content from someone who has never played the game. So I'm just going to watch the sci-fi show.
Okay.
But bringing up TV, Leo, The Witcher is making them rounds.
Oh yeah, The Witcher, and it's good.
And it's good. I love The Witcher. Like,
it's good, man.
Is it my favorite current Netflix show? It might be, because of all time it's Daredevil. Even though it's not on Netflix anymore, it's still a Netflix TV show.
Yeah, I feel you there.
But The Witcher is killing it. The Cuphead thing, I again, as someone who didn't play the game, I also watched it recently, and I talked to Zach because I know he loves the game, and to me it was very middle of the road.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. But HBO is doing The Last of Us, and how Amazon is doing God of War. My favorite franchise.
Did you guys see the behind the scenes for The Last of Us that someone caught on camera that's going around?
Oh,
do you guys want to know what scene they were filming?
Sure.
No.
It's not
out the games.
Let's
okay. It's from the games. It's one of the big. It's not a major moment.
Tell me on Twitter. Send it to me on Twitter.
I don't know where the video is at again. It's been a while.
No, but like, tell me what it is on Twitter. Yeah. But yeah, but it's with television. It seems like we don't have a big sample size, but from what we do have, they're already working out much better than how they do in movies. Because we got Fallout coming, God of War, like we talked about. They recently announced a Pokemon live-action series. We got the Resident Evil TV show coming out as well.
The new one this year, yeah.
The Twisted Metal apparently is also
Twisted Metal, yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Anthony Mackie, Peacock.
Anthony Mackie,
we're getting the God of War, Mass Effect, Fallout from the Amazon.
Fallout, yeah. And so now, Zach, what are your thoughts? Do you think we're out of the curse? Do you think we're in the right direction? Do you think we're a standstill?
Honestly, I don't think there was ever a curse. I just think the problem with it back in the past is people just don't get how to write. Like, there's a fine line between two things of what you're trying to do. And you have to respect where it's coming from, just like you would do with a book adaptation, but also not try to throw everything into one movie or try so Uncharted. If we look at Uncharted, I get where they were trying to respect like where it was coming from and maybe even try and do their own thing. But the problem with Uncharted is the story's already laid out there. You don't need to, like, you could literally recreate the first one, and if you want to do separate stories, that's okay. But a lot of their issues stemmed from casting, honestly. And a lot of their issues also stem from a direction.
Yeah.
And really much the script doesn't help at all. But again, if you get a great director.
Is he frozen for you too? Uh-oh.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, look at that freeze frame.
It was my internet, so I wasn't saying anything. But yeah, Zach froze. What was he gonna say? God damn it!
Well, I mean, he was on a roll with Uncharted. It very much is a people problem as opposed to the lore and things like that. So that's another thing to take into consideration when making these movies. I will say I was highly entertained by Mortal Kombat. I was entertained. Did I love it?
The original or last year's?
Last year's. Okay. Did I love it? No, but I at least got some entertainment out of it.
He's back.
Oh, you're back. It kind of looks like you warped into the picture. Because like it was like frozen, it was like, I'm back.
All right. Where was I? What was the last thing you guys heard?
Uncharted.
Okay. So we look at Uncharted, and then you go to Halo, and they said they didn't even play the fucking games, but they did look at them, the lore, everything like that. That one I understand because there really isn't. I mean, there's a story to Halo, but it's not the strongest aspect of it. So. But how do you tell the story in a very good way? Which right now, as Leo mentioned in the third episode, not so great. So there's ways of telling these things. I don't think there's ever been a video game curse. I just think it's studios who see an IP that are like, we can make a movie on that. And they hire shitty writers or a shitty director. And they don't put the passion into there. Where when you look at Sonic, Jeff Fowler is pretty much a new guy into this directing, but he is so passionate about Sonic.
Absolutely.
Clearly.
And let's not forget, they scrapped that original design completely.
Yes. And then the thing about the first movie, too, was the script was actually the sequel. They wrote Tails, Knuckles, all of them into that first movie, but the studio told them, no, you can't do that. That's too expensive. And they cut out. There's a great. I gotta find the link. But there's a podcast talking about that. Before they started making the second movie, is that they had this amazing script, but then the studio came to them. They're like, "Yeah, we'll give you the money, but you can only do Sonic as the only CGI character. No Tails, no Knuckles."
That makes sense to me. They wanted to see.
They didn't believe.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they said, go ahead. And then the second movie is that fleshed out more version.
Wow.
And I imagine it's making a ton of money. It's almost probably going to make 70 million this weekend. There you go.
Yeah,
the third
it topped
movie
the countries it came out in last weekend. So it's on track to do well.
So I think there's things in there that work. And, you know, while the human element doesn't work, the video game elements work so well, and that it makes you forgive them, like, for what they are, you know? And I think, like, Warcraft for me, that is the different opinion where I think that works more for Warcraft fans than it does for the general going audience. So you have to find that balance. And,
and it's not easy.
No, it's not. And that's why Mario this year from Illumination. I have no faith in it. I really don't. But prove me wrong.
Please prove us wrong, because I don't know, Zach.
I will say this as well. Mario from Illumination is fighting an uphill battle, because video game movies could have the best track record ever. This one is coming from Illumination, so that's also another thing that
I think the problem is we have not seen anything from it. And I feel like once we get that first trailer,
a long ways away, right?
December,
right?
December, yeah,
December.
But that's what I think. We've only seen little posters. I want to see the type of animation they're doing. I want to see how this world looks.
Well, I don't know if it's looking like that Minion shit. I'm checking out.
I will say the reaction
it could be
to that
more
trailer,
so like Puss in Boots.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So. Wait. Puss is DreamWorks, I thought.
It doesn't Illumination DreamWorks though.
From what I've heard, they seem to be. Hang on.
I think they're 1-in-1 now.
Okay, so like Illumination DreamWorks is like that doesn't that.
It's kind of like Disney Animation and Pixar.
Okay, that was like I was like, oh shit, Puss in Boots is Illumination. But yeah, you know, with the Mario movie. I think the more like weird thing is the cast. I'm just trying to imagine Chris Pratt as Mario, like that. I'm gonna be real. I just want to hear that, man. I want to hear it. Voice. I'm like, and he's about to be Garfield. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna need to hear this. I'm gonna need to hear these accents and stuff that he's doing.
That's true. But yeah, I think overall we're in the right direction. We're heading the right way. We're just not quite there. So now we need a few more to solidify the streak. We need Sonic 3 to be good. Please give us a Sonic 3. We need the Mario movie to be good. What else do we got coming? We need Borderlands to be good.
Oh man, I forgot all about that.
Five Nights at Freddy's to be good, if that's still coming, I guess. Ghost of Tsushima seems ripe for a movie, so we need that to be good for sure. And Mortal Kombat 2, be good, be better than the first one, because a lot of people, rightfully so, have issues with that first one.
Just make Johnny Cage like the main guy. I'm gonna be 100%. Oh, Zach's gone. I'm gonna be 100%. Cole, I did not like that character at all. I don't think you need to bring in an audience perspective character in a Mortal Kombat movie.
I think he's quite the boring character, but I think they position down in a way where he can serve as the Scorpion per se. I didn't know why they fully going with him to Scorpion, because they said, okay, you're the Senate of Scorpion. I'm like, okay, be the new Scorpion, but they don't do that. I hope they change their minds, and in the new one they make him just a new Scorpion. He's not Hanzo Asashi. He's not any of the Scorpions from the game. One. He's Cole Young, but he's Scorpion. That's it.
And you know what I thought they were gonna do, Ren? I thought when he got lifted up and was about to be killed, I was like, okay, is this the moment where they kill him and he comes back as Scorpion? Like he's like the new. Because I figured that's what was gonna happen because he had the genes, but I was like, damn, they gave him plot armor. They gave him physical plot armor.
It's now that you're bringing that up, it feels like the same issue that, even as much as I like that first one, it feels like the same issue that the first Fantastic Beasts movie had, where like the conflict at the core of this film, Mortal Kombat in this case, is Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but we're following this other guy, you know.
Cole Young.
But at least Cole ends up being related to Scorpion, so there's more of a connection there, I guess.
Would have been weird if Noob was like, I was Dumbledore's long lost brother, just so you know.
Well, that was Credence after all, and that's all we'll say, because no spoilers for the Secrets of Dumbledore. Though I really like what they do there, I just don't think, given the given the direction they go into, I don't think they go into it enough. And so it ends up just being kind of lip service to that. So I'm like,
yeah,
that's a big change, guys. Why don't we go more into that? But by the way, the guy who plays Aberforth, the guy who plays Dumbledore's brother, he's the guy who plays the older brother of Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. He's the guy who's murdered by Ben Kingsley.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. I didn't know that was him. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Oh, here's Zach. There he is. Zach, you're back on the attack, my friend.
Yep.
You're back. All right, everyone. Let's go now into your live questions. Remember that there's new ways of asking questions. Of course, the tip link and the super chats are appreciated, obviously, to support the channel. There's links for that in the description, and if they show up, we will read them off the chat. But now we want to dedicate the chat as most as possible just to your conversations, just to your comments. We love that you guys engage with one another. But now the place to ask questions that would be on the live chat without going through the tip link or the super chat is on the community tab on my channel and on Zach's channel. We'll probably in the future leave it up for the guests as well, but I want to leave it to be a surprise. So go to Zach's channel, go to my channel, leave questions there, and I'll start us off this week because I believe last week Zach started us off. In fact, Zach was the only one using the community tab last week. So without any further ado, let's go with Joe Fletcher. And I have an announcement, by the way. Before the show is done today, I'll have an announcement. Joe Fletcher, what are some actors or actresses who you think are really talented but don't always do the best movies? Ooh, that's a good one. Michael Fassbender is one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Zac Efron is one. Zac Efron is starting. He clearly got a better agent in the past few years, but he's still recuperating from that bad streak that he had. Karen Gillan, I think she's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, because Gunpowder Milkshake, man, that wasn't it.
I like that one. I like that one quite a lot. But again, it's those things that outside of the MCU, Gunpowder Milkshake. That's it.
That's it. Oh, Jumanji, which she's kind of a bad
Jumanji is a good. But again, she's the type of actress that I'm like, we should see her in everything.
Yeah, man, I think Zoe Saldana. She's starting to kind of teeter down. I think
that poor woman is just in Avatar. That's what's keeping her.
Avatar, and then she was in the new Adam Project. Barely even felt her presence.
Oh yeah, you didn't care too much for the Adam Project. I know that to be true. Channing Tatum. I mean, I love Lost City. Don't get me wrong, and I know I still haven't reviewed that because they asked us to keep the reviews for that one, but it's coming out on Monday. Don't you worry. It's finally coming out on Monday.
Did they release it later in the UK?
No, I watched it around the same because it's not coming out until the 13th, so until Wednesday. But we saw it at the same time you guys over there did.
I was like, they really holding it for y'all.
Yeah, and then and we were like, that makes no sense because everyone else is already reviewing it. But okay,
right? Andy Newton, I think, is another one. I think she's great.
That's a good one.
Zoe's just now getting like good roles. Kravitz, I'm like, okay, I'm glad she's kind of rolled over into better stuff because she was just in the background. Mad Max, she's just in the background. X-Men First Class.
I forget that she's in Mad Max all the time.
All the time. Like I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're the ones that reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, she's a Mad Max.
Who else? I had so many in my mind. George Mackay. I don't know how he didn't explode more after 1917. He's done good stuff in the past. I've recommended you guys the musical Sunshine on Leith because it's a Scottish musical. And if that doesn't get you sold, I don't know what will. I don't know what else, Leo. I'm blanking on a lot of
I'm trying to think of like some actors because I'm glad Yaya is starting to get more exposure because I was thinking of him. Like, thank goodness he's getting more. So cool. Oh, he's great. Tiana Paris, I think, is another one. Underrated. She was great in WandaVision. Like during Candyman. That's the only thing
I've seen her in, though. And Candyman, obviously.
But she was from some show.
I was introduced to her on WandaVision. I saw that she did something before, like something not big, not like obviously not MCU big, but that people knew about. I just remember that I didn't watch that particular thing, so that's why I'm blanking right now. But that's a really good question.
Actress in Morbius is it like might have the worst agent.
Aranja, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
Obviously, Doctor Who, The Crown, and I don't know how he hasn't become a bigger movie star. Thankfully, Edgar Wright. I thought Zach was back, but he's not.
Let's see. That girl, the lady that was Adria, has been in Sweet Girl.
Adria Aranja, I think that's how you say her name.
Arjona? I don't know how to say that last name, but Morbius, Sweet Girl, Six Underground, Triple Frontier.
She was in Six. I remember her in Triple Frontier. I like Triple Frontier. It's not.
I didn't hate it.
Amazing, but I like it.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Who's it's Pedro, it's Oscar, it's Ben. Is it Charlie Hunnam, the fourth guy? Charlie Hunnam is another one that should have a better agent. Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah. And Zach is back. And Charlie Hunnam is another one that should get a better agent.
Yeah, Charlie Hunnam. I'm like, where the heck has he been after Sons of Anarchy?
But Eric Thorpe brings up a good point. House of the Dragon is here to save Matt Smith's 2022 and wash the Morbius away.
Let's hope, because I mean, Game of Thrones season 8. I'm not gonna go into that whole discussion, but
I like season 8. Is it as good as most of the other seasons? No.
Okay.
But they got to the proper conclusion. They just rushed to get there.
Very much rushed.
Oh, yeah, very much. I agree with that. I just think they ended up in the place where they always should have ended up, you know. But did they rush it? Absolutely, 1,000%. Unequivocally so. Zach, do you have anyone off the top of your head that some actor or actress that deserves that is really talented but don't always get the better roles?
Michael Fassbender the last 10 years.
Yeah,
it seems like
that's the one. I was like, yep, that guy.
But he's in David Fincher's new movie and Taika's, so there you go.
All right, read us off one off of your community tab, sir.
Okay. Thoughts on the whole Ezra Miller situation? Do you think he'll be recast?
Hopefully. No, I'm kidding. He won't. It's too late. He won't be recast. Yeah. Will they recast him for The Flash? Will they recast him for future movies? I hope so, because I prefer a recast over let's just give up on all our plans for future that involve The Flash because of Ezra Miller. So I hope they recast him. There's a ton of talented actors out there that could very well play this character. Cancel the Flash TV show and put Grant Gustin on the big screen, because that man is a talented son of a bitch.
Yes. That's a Barry Allen right there. I don't care what anybody says. The show's horrible, but he's a Barry Allen.
It's horrible now. Come on. It's horrible now.
I'll give you the first 3 seasons where I was like, okay, I'm on board.
Oh god, I really like season 5, but with the season 4 in there,
season 4 killed it. I stopped watching after that.
Yeah, season 4 is atrocious. How about you, Zach? What do you think?
It's weird because we don't know how Discovery's going to act. I think that's the big thing. How they're going to react to it.
Much better than WB ever would.
Yeah, I don't think this is his last Flash portrayal. He won't come back after this. I will be honest. I wouldn't even be shocked if they did something in there to show the new actor. I don't know. But whatever's going on with Ezra Miller, he needs to get that shit handled. If he has personal stuff dealing with, like, then get it handled. But at this point, like, dude, you're done. Like, and the fact that Warner Brothers is using him as a liability, like, that's a liability thing, man. Like, I just, for me, recast him. I like him as an actor. I think he's a really good actor when he's given good material and stuff, but he just needs to be recasted at this point. It's bullshit. The fact that they didn't say anything when he choked a woman, and now we are here again. And now there's reports that he had freakouts all during The Flash. It amazes me that movie's even done. But they pushed it back for a reason. They pushed it back behind Aquaman, too. So there's something going behind the scenes that I think they already knew ahead of time. So yeah, that's really all my thoughts.
Yeah,
Leo.
I think they need help. Ezra needs some help because truly I just think there's something going on with them. I will say I did not when I saw that video, I was pretty upset that nothing happened. Like there was no address of it. Like no, but WB just seemed to sweep it right under the rug and come out with another Frosty the Snowman update. So I just I don't know if this changes anything about the Flash film right now. Like I don't think they're gonna go in and make any change. I think that's done. But I think beyond the Flash, we may not see him again. And look, if we don't see him in the Dumbledore Fantastic Beasts franchise, I'm cool with that too.
I thought they ended his story fine. Honestly, I don't think he has to come back. I don't think there's a reason for him to come back now.
Yeah, they don't have to, and I think they need help.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. But definitely, like I really hope, like what Ren said, do not change your fucking plans that you have right now. Do not change them.
No, don't be reactionary.
No,
don't be reactionary. Adjust. Don't.
Exactly. You can recast it. If this was Marvel, shit, he would have been out. He would have been out the first time.
Out, bro. Yep. Like the video with him and the woman would have came and they would have been like, all right, we're moving forward without Ezra Miller.
You're done.
Like hands down. So yeah, no, I don't know. Ren, you got another one?
Tony Movie Chappie. After watching Showgirls and Electra Lux, I wanted to ask you and Zach, what's the strangest and most bizarre movie you guys have ever seen? That's a good question. There's so many. I mean, The Lighthouse to this day is weird and fucked up, even though it's pretty straightforward, the story it's telling. But the way it tells that story, it's absolutely bizarre. What else? I know there were a few bizarre ones in 2021. Do you guys have any that you want to bring up?
What was the question? Like bizarre wise, like just weird?
What's the most bizarre, strangest movie you have ever seen?
Ever?
Ever is a little bit tough because I'd have to think.
Yeah, that's a little tough. Well, if we want to talk this year, Morbius. If we talking just this year, my man, I'm going.
One in recent memory because there are new movies out is a Swiss Army Man. I love that movie, but it is very.
I was gonna say that.
Very weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one,
and I mean that in a great way. I adore Swiss Army Man.
Fresh was pretty weird.
Titan was bizarre.
Titan, yeah.
Malignant was bizarre in every way, but it was so cool.
Gabriel, but Malignant was crazy.
All right, Zach, what do you got?
Bruna's saying Mother in the chat. That's a good one.
Mother's a really good one. Lady Aaron, Ren and Zach, did you guys see the Grammys, or do you guys just keep track of who won the last awards? If so, what are your thoughts? I've never watched the Grammys. Nope. I don't give a shit.
Never? I watched the Grammys.
I watched the Memoriam this year because of Taylor Hawkins and the whole Foo Fighters thing they did, but I don't even know who fucking won, if I'm being caught. I know Olivia Rodrigo won. That's all I know.
I thought Olivia Rodrigo did deserve like the new artist Grammy, so I thought that was well deserved. I do think that Rap Song should not have gone to Kanye. Definitely should have gone to Kendrick and his cousin for Family Ties. But yeah, I mean, Foo Fighters won their category, so good for them because I thought their recent album was good. Bruno and Anderson .Paak's group, they won a lot. I know
their way of winning when they got up, that was great.
Yeah, I was like, man, I love the two of them. So they were Silk Sonic, really, really great. I think they got Record of the Year and Song of the Year, so they did really well. And then Album of the Year, I thought would be Billie Eilish, but no.
Who won?
I was a little.
Who won for that?
Gosh, remind me, Lady Aaron, because it a week ago and I already forgot. But yeah, I was dead set on Billy, I think, and I was just like, oh, didn't think it was gonna be John Church, I think is his name. Yeah. But yeah, all in all, Grammys were not controversial. We'll say that. So, but yeah, good awards all around.
No slapping around on that one.
Yeah, no slaps on that one.
Fletcher. Joe Fletcher, what are some actors or actresses you think we will never see in a comic book movie? So, I want to start off with this one because we've been asked this question before, and a lot of times, if not every time, I answered Ryan Gosling. My full disclosure, my favorite actor currently working these days. He's in this movie, not a comic book movie, I know, but let me finish my thoughts. He's in this upcoming movie that I'm very excited for called The Gray Man, where he's working with the Russo brothers.
Oh, I can't wait for that movie.
There's 6 degrees happening in there somewhere that some conversations will happen because I'm sure a certain Mr. Kevin Feige has at least tried to reach out to Ryan Gosling. And the fact that he's working with the Russos, they might have. Look, for all I know, the Russos are telling him, never work with Marvel, you son of a bitch. But I want to assume they're telling him, yeah, they're great to work with. You'd have a fun time. So,
who do you want to see him play?
If I'm not playing Nova, then he should play Nova.
No. You got to play Nova, my man.
Well,
we're not tolerating that.
Honestly, before Will Poulter got cast, I think he would have been a great Adam Warlock.
He would be a great Adam Warlock. But look, 2 actors. I'll give you an actor and an actress. I don't think Leo ever will. Watch me be wrong. I don't mind if I'm wrong, but I don't think Leo ever will. I don't think Meryl Streep ever will. Those are my 2. What about you, Leo?
So what was the question? I'm sorry. Who wouldn't be in a...
What are some actors or actresses you think we will never see in a comic book movie?
Ooh, as of right now. Was a good prediction. But I'm like, hell, you never know. She could be...
You never know. Like, I don't mind being wrong. I'm just like, at this moment, I just don't see
I don't know Meryl Streep, like, if she has kids or grandkids, but if she did, I think it'd be the same thing with Robert Redford, how he took the role because of his grandkids. So... it could be like that. But Leah, do you have any?
Nah, to be honest, I think it because Ethan Hawke said he wasn't going to play a villain in one, and here we are. So I don't know that I buy into the
play a villain overall.
Yeah.
Now
he's doing 2 this year. Black Phone and Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think it's beyond any of them. I even think we could see Meryl. I think Leo's a good one though. I'm like, I don't think we'll ever see Leo.
I'll be honest. I think we could see Leo. I think if they did another, not Joker, but another thing in that weird DC darker universe, whatever they were trying to do, I think DiCaprio would be up there. And I know for a while they were looking at him, Scorsese, because Scorsese produced Joker, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think they were looking at.
Or he was.
Did he just get the credit because of
last second? Yeah, because he had the original idea, but I'm not too sure. Don't quote me.
I think actually, no. Sorry, this is how it goes. He was originally didn't end up producing because he wanted to be actually involved, but then Irishman came in, so his producing partner produced it. But still, DiCaprio was rumored at the start of that to do it. So I think we would see DiCaprio. Honestly, you want to know what DiCaprio would do? If Star Wars came along, they gave him an amazing script, he would do a Star Wars movie. I will even go as far to say this. Taika's doing a Star Wars film. Taika got Christian Bale to come back to comic book films. Could you imagine? I could totally see Taika getting Leo to come into his Star Wars film.
Hey, Leo, you want to play in my Star Wars movie, Mike?
Yeah.
Right.
Sure do.
But
I'll be there.
There is one definitive actor who will never be in a comic book film of all time, and that is Daniel Day-Lewis. Whether he
God damn it,
he will never fucking do one.
Well, come on, man.
I fan casted him in my The Batman 2 fan casting video, so he has to be. He has to be cool. Okay.
Well, who'd you do? Wait, who'd you do him as? I forgot.
Ra's al Ghul.
That'd be really good. I forgot you did that. That'd be really good. I want that.
The smile on his face.
But yeah, no, I think Daniel Day-Lewis is the one. He'll never do it.
Yeah, but also he's retired, so he'll never do that. He never will do another role again.
You never know.
Unless
I think
PTA one day comes knocking.
I don't believe.
But out of principle, I just assume he won't do anything else.
I'm with Zach. I don't know, man. Somebody come knocking.
Yeah.
So who is someone that you guys want to see? Who's like 2 actors you?
Adam Driver, and
I can
DC or Marvel. DC or Marvel.
Marvel and DC. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go Timothée Chalamet. Marvel. Yes, I am totally on the train that I would love for him to be Harry Osborn. I'm here for it. And then I would like to see Adam Driver in DC.
Okay, and I'll say this right now: if they do him, I want Matthew McConaughey as Norman Osborn in the MCU.
Oh my God.
But I want Bob Odenkirk in the MCU. I've been saying it for a while. I think he would be so fucking good in the MCU. I don't know who he'd play. I know there was some fan casting. Alistair Smythe was a good one. I saw fan casting for him as Norman as an outside choice. I would be down for any of that.
Oh, sorry, he's Spencer Smythe. Alistair's the son.
Okay, so there you go. What about you, Ren?
I want Ryan.
You said Ryan Gosling, so yeah.
I want Ryan Gosling in Marvel, and well, she's already in the MCU. She's already in DC. She's already in the MCU. She's coming to the MCU. I don't know. All my crushes. I'm thinking of my crushes. I'm sorry, but all my crushes are already there. Or doing something.
Sydney Sweeney, let's get her out of that Sony Spider crap. Get her in the MCU.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating with this answer because she's already in DC. But bring my goddess to the MCU, man. Bring Margot Robbie. Richard Rider, Nova's gonna need a love interest. I'm not biased. I'm just saying. But yeah, Zach, what do you got next?
All right,
Leo. You want to say something?
Yeah, I actually got an interesting question for you guys, and we could be quick about it.
Yep.
Who would you take from DC, put over to Marvel, take from Marvel, put over to DC? I would have thrown Jude Law right out of Captain Marvel and into something DC, because wow, he was wasted in Captain Marvel.
So DC to Marvel, I mean, he said Margot Robbie, but I'm not going to do that one. I would rather have Margot Robbie in a Star Wars film, personally. And keep her as Harley Quinn. But since they do not want to give Henry Cavill anything, throw him into the MCU. Give him a big ass property. Yeah, that I really don't care at this point. I want Henry in the MCU. Him. I really wish we would have. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I really wish we would have seen Joaquin Phoenix one time as Doctor Strange. I'll say that.
I was never in love with that idea.
He is the best working actor right now. He is so talented.
Ryan Gosling, baby.
Ryan Gosling, I like him more, but Phoenix is, I think, he's Daniel Day-Lewis level, I think, right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think he's a good actor.
What's the next question?
I don't know if you've watched this, Ren. I'm pretty sure Leo has, but Gavin Evans asks, what are your expectations for Arcane Season 2? Are you worried too many characters survive the ending of Season 1?
Haven't watched.
Shit. And I don't think you have either, Ren, right?
Nope.
Okay, so this is more of a question for me. My expectations is I hope it's as great as the first season. Am I too worried about that? No. Not at all. I mean, we know if you play the games, you know where the story goes. So at that point in time, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. As long as they do the same great writing that they did in the first season, they can give me that.
All right. Nathan Holton, are you excited for Where the Crawdads Sing? So this is the brand new coming out Daisy Edgar Jones movie. The
trailer just got her ass chopped off.
Yeah, literally. And then I sent you that wholesome conversation I had with Bruna about that when she was watching Fresh. Not really. Am I going to be there day one? Yes. Did I just become a huge Daisy Edgar Jones fan? Yes. The trailer didn't sell me on it. I didn't think it was a particularly good trailer. I went to read the synopsis on IMDb after watching the trailer, and I'm like, that does sound interesting. I did not get that from the trailer at all.
Oops. Yeah, the trailer was not good.
How the trailer sold the film to me is a bunch of scenes that don't seem to correlate to one another, and just a whole bunch of a mess going on, and you don't particularly grab onto any story thread. So for all I know, that's compressing an excellent 2-hour movie, I'm assuming it's 2 hours, into a 2-minute trailer. So the trailer was not too good. Will I still be there day one? Yes, but as of right now, I wouldn't say I'm against it, but I'm completely neutral about it. What about you, Leo?
I've read the book, so yeah, I'm definitely very interested.
Is the book good?
The book is great. I mean, honestly, the book might be one of the greatest books I've read in the past, 3 or 4 years.
Who's directing this movie?
Yeah, who is?
Olivia something.
I'll look it up.
See, I'm a little Olivia worried Newman. About how the film adaptation is gonna pan out to be, but I loved the book, so I'm psyched. And Daisy Edgar Jones was awesome.
Olivia Newman.
She directed a bunch of TV stuff. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. There's a show literally called FBI. And then there's a Netflix movie she also wrote and directed called First Match that has Yahya Abdul-Mateen II there and Coleman Domingo and Jarrell Jerome.
The writer, though.
Oh, I've not seen
the writer wrote Beasts of the Southern Wild and Troop Zero.
Nice.
And Troop Zero was really charming, and Beasts of the Southern Wild was excellent. So
okay, I've got faith.
Yeah. But so you read the book, watching the trailer, is it similar to how you imagined reading the book? Different?
Some of the stuff, absolutely. Yeah, and I could piece together, like when the trailer was happening, I could like piece together what's happening from the book. But I'm with you in that the trailer doesn't like have a nice symmetrical flow that gives you a little bit of a sense of like what's going on here. So I don't think the trailer's great, but I love the book and I'm really intrigued by Daisy Edwards. So I'm down, man. It looks freaking.
I'll be there. I want to see her in anything. I've literally only seen her in Fresh, so now I want her to explode. How about you, Zach?
I'm excited. Bring it on. Let's see how it goes.
By the way, I don't want Daisy Edgar Jones to explode. I want her career to take off.
Man,
I wish her nothing but the best.
So Sebastian Stan can scoop up the scraps and sell them.
Exactly. Tony Movie Chappie. Hang on. No, it's your turn, Zach.
It's my turn. Joe Fletcher, how would you rank Phase 4 of Marvel so far? I have this. I have my list already pulled up, so I'll kind of go first while you guys start to kind of put it together. My number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. Fucking loved it. Number 2, as of right now, Moon Knight. As long as Moon Knight does not fall apart in the last 2 episodes.
I'm not ranking Moon Knight, by the way. It's not over, so I'm personally not ranking it.
Mine's a so far thing.
I know, but not judging what you're doing, just saying I'm personally not going to do that.
3 is Loki. I absolutely adore Loki to pieces. Eternals, I still fall more in love with this film every single time I think about it. Same with the next one, Shang-Chi. Fucking love this, as well as WandaVision. I think WandaVision is my 6th one would be WandaVision. One of the most emotional things they've ever done in the MCU. I have issues with the finale itself, but it's still a really good finale. Next, we have Black Widow. Really thought Black Widow was underrated. And Scarlett Johansson deserved that venture. Next would be Hawkeye. I enjoyed Hawkeye for what it was, but I found some issues without the story. Next, I have What If. I think What If has some of the best content of the MCU and some of the weakest. But it's a cool concept. And my last is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a show that I think is decent. I think Anthony Mackie deserved better, and I'm happy he's getting his movie. Because I think in a movie concept, it'll probably work better. And I think that show should have just been a movie. There was not enough story to be told over 6 episodes. And
did you rank Black Widow?
Yes.
And Shang-Chi?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
For some reason, I don't recall Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Those were Shang-Chi was right after Eternals, and then right after WandaVision was Black Widow.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that's
all right. I'm trying to find a list so I make sure I don't miss anything. But starting at number 1, I also have Spider-Man No Way Home. My number 2 will be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. No, sorry. See, already got a mistake in there. Number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 2, Loki. Number 3, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 4, Eternals. Number 5, I'm going to go with WandaVision. And then number 6, sorry, I'm going to go Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm going to go What If next. Going to go Black Widow, and then finally gonna go Hawkeye on it. All of them I liked. All of them I think are consistent. Did I go What If?
Yes.
Did I say What If? No, because I'm sorry. What If is last place? Because What If is just utterly inconsistent. When it's great, it's some of the best. When it's bad, it's the absolute worst. So
sad.
Bottom 3 are Black Widow, then Hawkeye, then in last place, What If? Leo, what about you?
All right, so my number 1 is the same as y'all. Spider-Man No Way Home, baby. Let's go. Let's not try to front here. That's number 1. And then right next to that is WandaVision for me. Honestly, it could have been the sitcom the whole time, and I would have been happy. And then after that is Eternals, then Shang-Chi, and then Loki. Black Widow. By the way, I'm looking at my Letterboxd. Black Widow. I'm also not gonna rank Moon Knight. I just think I haven't gotten to the end of the series yet. But after Black Widow, then I will put Falcon. No, I'm sorry, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, right below Black Widow, I think, and then Hawkeye. Then What If? Because What If? I think with the What If stories, there wasn't enough venturing out to me. Like I was like, I don't think that these possibilities are really that creative.
It's very tame.
Yeah,
which
like
was
Party
my prediction.
Thor.
Which was my prediction going into the show. I remember me and Zach talking about it. I think the show is going to dip its toes into the crazy, and season 2 it's going to go nuts with it.
I need that. And I need the nuts.
I hope so. I'm 50% right on that. That's
yeah, because it was like what the stories. I mean, Killmonger. I was like, okay, that's really not even a What If.
That's the worst episode. Like, I'm sorry, that episode.
That and
what if he met Iron Man instead of someone else? And I'm like, okay, it plays out the same way.
Yep. So he portrays Iron Man just like he would portray someone else. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that changes is Iron Man dies, but he still goes to Wakanda. He conquers Wakanda. He takes over. Blah, all that
plays out the literal same.
I didn't really see the point of that episode. All right. Tony Movie Chappie. After watching Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I wanted to ask you and Zach and Leo, who's also here, but you guys didn't know that, so I get it. What is one video game that you would love to see get turned into a movie? Mine is Metroid Prime. I hesitate in answering the question when you say specifically turning into a movie, but since God of War is already happening, Assassin's Creed has already happened, and is already happening again as an anime, which...
thank goodness.
Pokemon is also already... I'm going to go Darksiders. I think Darksiders
That'd be awesome.
is right for television.
First one?
And then do the rest, but the first one is the best.
Sweet. And then, are we only talking about television, or are we talking movies?
Tony Movie Chappie asks movie. I change it myself because I just think it would work best as a TV show. But
so,
guys, what do you think?
BioShock got announced. I don't know if they're doing a movie or show, but Netflix is doing that. Fallout is already being done. Last of Us is being done. Mass Effect is being done at Amazon. I have two. One is Kingdom Hearts. It baffles me that Disney Plus has not announced an anime show for Kingdom Hearts. I think, or even live action at this point. It's actually really baffling because that is like printing money to get people to subscribe to your thing.
Square Enix, I think, though, might be like,
but it has to be a show though. It cannot be a movie. There's too much fucking going on in that show or that series to not do a show. You could do spin-offs. There's so much you can do. But looking at a movie wise, Gears of War. I want Zack Snyder directing a Gears of War rated R film with Dave Bautista starring as the main role. Dave Bautista wants to do it. It's rated R. You can infuse horror and action in there. It's prime. You could do it for like $50 million and it would be fucking great. And it would probably make his money back. So,
all right. Leo?
I'm gonna keep it simple and go with the Legend of Zelda anime.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I think that's
Netflix was supposed to do one. Netflix was supposed to do one.
Drop the ball.
Nintendo canceled it.
Yeah, and I think with Kingdom Hearts, I think it's Square Enix probably being like, I don't know, guys.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably Square Enix, not so much Disney.
Yeah, it's funny though. Don't know how that when it comes to getting Sora into Smash Brothers, it was all Disney. Square Enix was all for it. It was Disney, like, I don't know.
But Square Enix in itself is a video game company, so they were more inclined for it. As well. All right, Zach, what do you got?
Speaking of video games, Ren and Zach from Lady Aaron, what is a video game that you hope never gets adapted to the big screen and why?
I don't know if there is one that I hope never gets adapted, because the ones I play, I'm always curious to see what they do as movies or shows, because movies or shows are my thing. What's one I would never... I mean...
We also never talked about that, by the way.
Fucking video games.
We also never talked about Borderlands. That's also coming out this year, that movie.
Yeah. I talked about Borderlands. I said they need to nail Borderlands, but I never play, so I can't speak for someone who I don't know if there's one. Do you guys have any? Because I don't know if I have any that I.
No, I mean, look, I'm curious for them to take a stab at whatever. I mean,
as long as they get the good stuff, yeah. I think I can if I rephrase the question, what am I worried about them attempting? Everything.
For real.
I mean, I'm very worried about The Last of Us. There's so much to love about it. There's so much, but like, how do you make perfection again? That they
with the guy who made perfection in the first place.
Well, yes, but that it's a risk, you know. I'm nervous.
I understand.
You know, and it's my favorite video game of all time. So like, I want it to be perfect. I'm really worried about the BioShock thing going to Netflix. I'm very worried about that.
I'm worried about Borderlands as well.
I've read that script, just so you know. It's fucking brilliant. The script is brilliant.
Well, that's good
Eli
to hear.
Roth is directing, who I've never loved one of his movies. So
yeah,
what can I say with that? You know, I'm hoping he proves me wrong on this one. But the script's really good. The script is excellent. It's exactly Borderlands, which is awesome. So,
all right. Yeah, also for this is gonna be a quick question, so get the next one ready, Zach. Lady Aaron as well. Ren and Zach, did you guys hear about the joke, quote unquote, that Amy Schumer was going to say but didn't air during the Oscar ceremony? If so, what are your thoughts on it? It didn't air because they didn't allow her to say it, thankfully. It was even more awful than anything that she said on air. It's awful. I'm glad they cut it. I'm just surprised they didn't cut her entirely. Any other thoughts, you guys?
I wish she wouldn't have even shared it. Like, just don't.
I don't know why she did. That was the dumb that.
I was like, why even share it? Like, that's such a tasteless,
it wasn't funny.
Terrible joke.
Funny. I've said it before about the Oscars. The Oscars should not be a roasting ceremony. That's what Comedy Central's for. And even the fucking Golden Globes, when they were a fucking thing. But it's not. It's a night to celebrate film. It's a night to celebrate film. That's why, like, when they were roasting, like, Power of the Dog and they were roasting animation and stuff like that, like, why? Why are you roasting movies? Like, I don't know. Thank God she's not in the Barbie movie. I'm so happy that they have Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, fucking Greta Gerwig, Noah Baumbach, like all Simu Liu, fucking Barbie from Euphoria. So they have a great cast, man.
Is she in that? I didn't know.
She's in it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that just heightened my interest. All right, you know, but, like, what's up with that movie? Like, I'm like, this Barbie movie is really that exciting, man. Like,
oh, it's next year. It's me and Ren. Number one, most anticipated.
Number two.
Overdue. Is Dune your number one?
Yeah.
What about Oppenheimer?
At this point, number 3.
Wow, Barbie's number 2. That's crazy.
I know. But yeah. What's the next one, Zach?
Next one we got is August Markle. This one should be pretty quick. How much did you like the first Sonic movie compared to the second one, and are you hoping for a third movie? They have announced the third one. It's already been announced. They're doing the Knuckles spinoff as well for Paramount Plus. Without getting into spoilers, pretty sure if you've seen the second movie, you know exactly where they're going with the third movie. And the second movie, while longer, and I feel like take out the Hawaii stuff, the movie would be perfect. It's an awesome time. It's super better. Way better. way better.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, super excited for Sonic 3, particularly with that mid-credit scene, which is the most exciting thing in any of these Sonic movies.
I want to ask you something without getting into spoilers. Other than just that one thing, do you think Jim Carrey comes back? And if not, do you think we get more CGI characters than just
I think
one
he comes
more.
Back.
One more. He comes back, and there's at least one more CGI character.
Alongside the one that's hinted. Right?
Alongside that one.
Okay. Are we all thinking the same one?
I think
Are we all thinking the same one?
I think. Yep. I was like, yeah.
It has to be.
Do you guys think we get Amy at any point?
She might be in the next one as well.
Yeah. If not in the next one, she's coming on the show because they announced the Knuckles spinoff and a proper Sonic TV show as well.
If you guys have actually looked at the prequel comic to Knuckles,
I haven't.
The crocodile character,
do Chaotix. They gotta do Chaotix.
They're all in there. They're all in there in one of the comic.
I want to see chaos in these
Despio.
movies.
Same.
Okay, semi-spoiler. It's not chaos in the post-credit scenes.
No.
Come on, Rick. Nah, just fine.
No,
I think you could do that.
I'm just saying what is not there.
I think you could do that Sonic 4. I mean, I can just go backwards.
I can't believe I'm excited for a Sonic franchise, man. But yeah,
I can't believe we're getting
a
third Sonic movie before we got a second, another Superman movie. But you know,
yeah,
Man of Steel 2.
But answering the question, the second one is superior to the first one in every way.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. This is not something else.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we get an Eternals 2?
No.
They have not announced one.
No.
So
they haven't, but I think we will.
I think you get the Eternals in other movies. I don't know if you'll get another movie.
Do you think Chloe comes back?
Like I hope, I pray, like please, but
Yeah.
Chloe Zhao, though, directing or no?
Yes, please. For the love of all that is holy.
Absolutely.
Lady Aaron, Ren and Zach, the Academy has decided on the punishment. I'm gonna let Leo go first on this one, even though I think we all agree. On the punishment for Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock yesterday, what are your thoughts on this decision? If you've seen it, Leo, why don't you?
I just think 10 years is excessive. I definitely think some punishment was warranted. I just think 10 years is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think there's worse has been done. So,
yeah, a lot worse.
Should there have been a punishment? Yeah, but 10 years. Come on. I can get 3 to 5 because 3 years, you know, he has a new movie coming out on Apple TV either this year or next year, from Anton Fuqua.
Next Bad Boys, which won't be nominated.
But you know, like when we're looking at Academy stuff, to get one off the ground, that takes about 5 years. So I would say the next, you know, movie that would be Academy Award would probably be that long. 5 years would be enough. 10 years? He's gonna be 63 years old. But the thing about this,
right?
The thing about this banishing thing, though, he can still be eligible.
No,
he can still be nominated. So what the fuck did you banish him from? Like he already resigned.
Like, it's like Kanye at the Grammys this year. He won a damn Grammy and wasn't even allowed to go.
That's my thing. Is like, does it just like dissuade people from voting for him again? Because what if, I don't know, this next film he made with Anton Fuqua, it's his best performance of his entire career.
Yeah.
And people nominate him. Like, I agree. For me, it's like Leo said, there have been people who have done worse outside of the Oscar sphere. A punishment, yes, I understand, was needed. But you know what I think is going to happen next year? And I'm being serious with this. I really think they're probably going to get Chris Rock to fucking host. I wouldn't be shocked. I really would not be shocked if they threw all the money to have him host. But all I would hope is they don't make jokes about it. Because
he's going to make a joke about it.
Like a joke about it.
To a certain
it's
degree,
the main joke of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue with what had happened is that the Oscars, yes, should have addressed it right away, right afterwards. And I think Will Smith addressed it. Everyone addressed it. No one's talking about Coda winning. No one's talking about fucking Troy winning. No one's talking about that. Jessica Chastain won her first Oscar.
Yep. It's all not being talked about. It's just a slap, man.
Questlove, same thing, man. Like that's what annoyed me. You know, that's what pisses me off, and that's why I'm mad.
All right. I will say the punishment does not fit the crime. I went on this whole tirade about it was just a slap. Calm the fuck down. But you can go on last week's show to check that out.
I'm with you, Ren. I'm like, he didn't hold a gun to the guy's head.
Someone did ask me the same thing Tony Movie Chappie did, but someone commented and said his ban will probably last longer than the Oscars will at this point, so he won.
Yeah, I saw that comment as well. Someone saying because of the ratings, like the Oscars still exist outside of the broadcasts. Like that's not a.
How long will
let me say this: what I think if we break it down, what this is a situation where someone physically assaulted their co-worker at work, at a work function. So this punishment, what it says, what it's the precedent it sets to me, the way I view it is, if you do any of the other much worse things so many other people did outside of work, you're fine. But if you slap someone at work, like 10 years off. Like, but Roman Polanski and Kevin Spacey and all those people, like, they didn't do it at work, so it's okay.
The thing that I'm more worried about is what SAG does, because SAG is investigating now, and that's the one that because they have a code of conduct where you cannot physically assault or hurt another member of SAG. And both of them are
people
SAG,
slap each other in movies. And they go method.
You're not wrong. I mean, is Jared Leto? How is Jared Leto back after
Jared Leto done been in every little
coworkers?
Jared Leto done been in so many damn DMs of women that are under 21, and here he is sitting.
And Armie Hammer. Where's Armie Hammer in that discussion?
Anyway, so Zach, I mean, it's a whole discussion, but yeah. G Colby asked a lot. Let's see which ones. Right. Does hype sometimes ruin a movie for you before you see it? If it does, what are some movies you came out thinking it wasn't as good as everybody said it was due to your hype?
I'll be 100% on this one. I think I kind of follow my own hype train. Like if people are hyping it up, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to go in as hype if I'm not that hype. If I'm personally hyped up, then that's just my personal take. And if it's disappointing, then it didn't necessarily ruin it for me. But yeah, I follow my own hype train. It's all right. Like
to me, I always say, leave your expectations at the door, and that's what I do. Yeah. And it's something you train yourself for. It's not something that you just do. To be fair, but like Leo said, if I'm not excited for something, I think what hurts sometimes, it's not really that it sways my judgment or my critique of a film either way, but it's like, if I go into when I went into Crimes of Grindelwald, I was excited because I thought the movie looked good. I enjoyed the trailers at the time, but then it hurt, especially because I'm such a fan of the franchise. Because for 9 movies before that, if you ask me, at the very worst, they were good. And then Crimes of Grindelwald happened. So it's not so much of a hype, but a personal attachment that you may have to a movie or to a franchise or to the previous movie, and then you watch the sequel or something, but not hype. Zach?
I always try to check my expectations at my door. Looking at the Batman recently, that was one that I was very worried because it was my most anticipated film of all time. Like, I had been waiting for this film for years. So my hype, I mean, it's hard to check your expectations at the door. It really is. And I said it in my review. The Batman did not hit my expectations, nor did it met my expectations. It didn't exceed them. And in no way, shape, and form should it have, because I was expecting Jesus Christ to come out of the fucking grave again with the Batman. So, but like Doctor Strange, for instance, I'm hyped for it, but honestly, I have no idea what the fuck is going to happen in that movie, which is awesome. Because with Spider-Man,
I can't wait.
I know a lot of stuff we're going to see, but I don't know what is going to happen.
No more mutants. I mean, what are we doing here?
I don't know how they're doing that. But Spider-Man, for instance,
I think we're doing the reverse of that.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, come on, mutants, or whatever she wants to say.
By the way,
let's let it happen.
Bring all the mutants.
Since we just brought that up, before we go into the final 10 minutes of the show, I want to do the announcement. Starting this week, later this week, because got The Northman, got Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, got Moon Knight. So Thursday or Friday, here we go. I hope there's sound. If there's not, the graphics are still cool. We're starting X-Men reviews, everyone. Before Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I'm going to be reviewing every single X-Men movie.
Logan, Deadpool.
Provided I have time. Deadpool, maybe not. I'll leave Deadpool to before Deadpool 3. Just like I reviewed the Nolan movies before Tenet, I left the Batman trilogy to before the Batman. But we'll start with the original X-Men. I think I'm going to do.
So you're going to release
the proper X-Men movies. So X-Men, X2, Last Stand, and then the prequels.
Are you talking 1997 X-Men at all?
1997?
Or not 1997, 1990. Sorry, the 1997 is the new version.
Oh, the animated series. I don't. Maybe before the show, when the show has a date or something, I would love to review it. But right now, like just the movies and the original Doctor Strange, I will review. And then before the Thors, I'll review the Thor trilogy. Again, review the Thor trilogy. That is. So yeah. And yes, you guys couldn't hear it, but the X-Men theme song was playing.
That's cool.
Sweet.
So
Wait,
yeah, that's
man.
gonna
So
be
you're not gonna
intro.
do chronological with the X-Men? You're gonna go with release?
I'm going release. Yeah, for sure. Like I didn't review the Harry Potter movies this time, but originally I did review the Harry Potter movies, and now I'm reviewing the Fantastic Beasts.
I want to ask you guys, how much screen time you think? Wait, never mind. I don't know. Ren, you saw the last trailer, right?
Of
Doctor Strange.
You mean the 1 minute that they released this week?
The Super Bowl one. The Super Bowl one.
Yes.
Okay. So we all know wheelchair guys in it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How much screen time do you think he has?
20 minutes.
Yeah, I would say nothing past.
Okay.
20 minutes is a lot.
I'm gonna be honest.
Like, unless you're the main character, that's a little. But if you're a supporting character, that's a good amount.
If I'm gonna be real, that might be his only scene.
I'm kind of shocked he wasn't on the poster. At least one of them. The fact that Michael's still... I know what happens too, right?
I was going to say, like, he might pop up on the poster a little later.
No, but I mean, that's not his only scene. That's what I would...
Yeah, there's another
But
scene.
anyway, who read the last question? Was it you, Zach? It was you, right?
Yeah, it was me.
All right, last 10 minutes. Let's do speed round. Ren and Zach, Lady Aaron asks, I know that I've asked you guys about your favorite Pokemon of all time, but I would love to know this. What is your least favorite Pokemon of all time, if you have one, and why?
The most forgettable one ever. Don't know the name of it. Which one?
Dunsparce.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what it is. I can't describe it. Or Stunfisk. Stunfisk is also really fucking boring. Leo, do you have one?
Rattata.
Rattata, that's a
basic.
The Alolan version gave it more.
Zigzag, whatever the fuck that raccoon thing was from Emerald.
Oh, Zigzag.
I think he's cute.
Yeah, he's cute. He's just boring. Every time I walk around the grass for 5 hours, that's all.
All right, Zach, what do you got?
What do you think? I love this question. G. Colby also asked, what did you think of the whole trend of movies that weren't well received, yet somehow now people are praising them? Films like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, some of the Transformer sequels, and even Rise of Skywalker is trying to get this.
People are praising the Transformer sequels?
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker getting praised?
I want to say this. I think with Amazing Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield was in No Way Home. So now people are kind of looking at the better versions of why was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I also think it's this, is people get on the hype train, and I've done this before when I was younger, is when movies come out, they might feel a certain way, but they don't want to be the odd one out, so they don't say it. And a lot of the general movie-going audience says this. But then years later, they'll be like, no, they were good. Like, I liked them. And, like, for me, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is one of those. I was the only one out of all my friends that I genuinely liked it, but I didn't feel comfortable saying that to them. I like it, though. I don't think it's a great movie, but I like it. Transformer sequels, I like 3 a lot. I think Dark of the Moon's fucking awesome. But I hate the second one. I hate the fourth one. I hate the fifth one. Rise of Skywalker is another one that I enjoy what it is. Is it a fucking mess? Absolutely it is. But honestly, Star Wars for me, there's only like 2 perfect Star Wars movies. So the rest all have fucking issues of their own. So
Rise of Skywalker, man.
I have a soft spot for it because it's still Star Wars, but major disappointment because it was Transformers. I genuinely like the first one. I like a lot of the third one. The fourth one is bad, but not as bad as people make it out to be. And then 2 and 5 are.
I still can't believe the fourth one.
Bumblebee was fire though.
Bumblebee was great, but that one almost doesn't count as a Transformers movie. It's its own thing. It's its own thing. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I still don't like at all.
Same.
Aaron, Ren and Zach, what were some great TV shows that you watched as a young kid?
Digimon.
What did I not watch as a young? Digimon, all the seasons, Pokemon, Power Rangers, Yu-Gi-Oh!
All of them.
All of them. The Biker Mice from Mars, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Which version? Mine was the 2004 version. Mine was the 2004 version.
Yeah, the ninja, the anime-like one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched the 80s one before, but then one that still came into my childhood. What else? There was so
Spider-Man,
many. Gargoyles. Spider-Man, X-Men, The Incredible Hulk, The Silver Surfer,
Batman animated
series,
Superman, Justice League Unlimited,
Batman animated series,
Brandy, Mr. Whiskers.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yes, Dave the Barbarian.
Oh my god, dude!
Lloyd
American
in Space
Jake Long
was dope.
Jake
Dragon
Long, that was
Ball,
great.
The Lilo Stitch
Dragon
show.
Ball Z,
I
Dragon
watched
Ball
the shit out of.
GT.
Yep.
What's
Zatch Bell.
Oh my god, Zatch Bell, what a deep
also
cut.
Disney Channel.
Buzz
Lightyear Star Command.
Yep.
The Timon and Pumbaa show.
Yep.
Was dope.
Aladdin, that Aladdin show was tight.
The
Aladdin show. The Hercules show was great.
Yep.
Yeah, Hercules was good.
House of Mouse.
House of Mouse was so good.
Tarzan
Kim Possible. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, Tarzan the show, Kim Possible.
I forgot about that Tarzan.
Mighty
just
Avengers.
Fillmore. The Mighty
Super
Avengers,
Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go.
Powerpuff. Yes. What was that? Super
Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go. That shit was.
Oh my god.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh my god. Beavers, Avatar.
Fucking Cat Dog.
That didn't catch me in my childhood, but I do love that show.
No, the Scooby-Doo show. No, you know what, dude? Oh my god, that show is amazing. You just brought back a whole fucking other era of my life. Naruto, One Piece, Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes,
I never liked
the Cowardly Dog. The Clone Wars mini series from Gendy, Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah, that 2D sucker. Yeah, that 2D Clone Wars was tight.
Sonic Underground was great too.
Sonic X,
where he played the guitar, and then he had a brother and sister who played the drums and the bass.
That green and pink hedgehog, that was cool.
Yeah, Wildcats. There was a season based
Sonic
off
X.
of Wildcats, Jim Lee's comics from Image Comics. That was great.
Oh my god, deep cut.
We could have an entire show about this.
I mean,
anyway, Zach, what comes next?
G. Colby's pretty much the one that I already did everyone else.
Okay. I have a ton more.
Okay. I'll do one more of his, and then you can go with yours. Right. With recently Uncharted and now Morbius, we see a divide from critics and audiences. What are some divisive films where you side with either critics or audiences? It's tough.
I side with critics on The Last Jedi.
I side with a lot of the critic stuff. Last Jedi, for me, though, that was just review bombed. That movie, if they had the whole structure with how you have to buy a ticket, that movie would be in high up, because I have a lot of my friends who are not into Star Wars fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends worked for a movie theater as the manager. So the night before the film came out Thursday, they had to watch the cut to make sure everything was good. And I remember getting a text message from her at midnight saying, that was the best thing I've seen in 10 years. And she goes, and me, I hate Star Wars. She goes, I do not like Star Wars. And I'm like, so why wasn't I invited to see this? So, but yeah, she loved it. So, I think for me, I think the bigger question is, what is the device? A lot of audience members just don't care about certain things that we do. Morbius, for instance, there's a lot of editing issues in there. There's a lot of if the film was just fun, you could forgive a lot of that. But the problem is, it's not fun. It's boring as shit to me. So, I think for me. But also, a lot of audience people want to be different than the critics. They want to hate critics. They want to. I think that's another thing. They want to be the ones that say, "I love this movie." The critics are wrong.
I just remember being in Morbius and watching it, and the woman in front of me just being like, most of the movie, and I'm like, "Damn, you were taking the sides that I have deep in my heart."
Us too, man. The guy sitting next to me. He runs a radio station out here, and we were just both sitting there like, oh my god, Jesus Christ,
dude! It just did not get better. I thought maybe there was a point where I was like, okay, I'm feeling this half of the movie.
The studio knows your film sucks when they don't put the end credit scene at the very end. They put it in the middle and right at
and in the fucking trailer. Sorry, excuse me, but in the trailer.
But that wasn't even the scene in the trailer. That's the thing. They rewrote and redid that scene. All right, Lady Aaron asks, top 3 favorite music genres you listen to. Leo.
Hip hop, pop. I would say hip hop, pop, and rock. I know that's kind of typical, but
Zach?
Everything. I listen to everything. So there's not one thing I don't listen to.
Anything hard rock and metal would be my number 1. Pop and jazz / blues would be number 3, because I like to relax also.
Dude, I love jazz.
That's how he seduces people.
I just seduce people by not talking. Top top 3 favorite video game movies and top 3 least favorite video game movies. So we talked a little bit about that. The worst is Assassin's Creed, chalk Mortal Kombat Annihilation up there as well, down there as well, and the Tekken movie. Why not? The second one is even worse, but the first one is bad. Best ones, Mortal Kombat for me, Prince of Persia, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 are the best ones. 2021, by the way, Mortal Kombat 2021.
Okay, I was like, what Mortal Kombat we talk about?
Leo, what about you?
Yeah, I think the best 3 are Sonic, the second Sonic. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like there just aren't that many I've been wowed by. I maybe would put Warcraft at number 2, and then Sonic 1 at number 3. But the bottom 3 could be so many. The Street Fighter is in the bottom 3. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and then probably one of them Resident Evil movies. Those are terrible as well.
Yeah, the worst one is Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed is a close second. Yeah, I hate that movie. Zach,
what was the question?
Top 3 best video game movies. Top 3 worst.
I can't do worse because there's a lot I haven't seen. But Assassin's Creed is definitely down there. Top 3: Warcraft, Detective Pikachu, and Sonic 2.
All right. Okay, this is just for me. Thoughts, Ren? Thoughts on WrestleMania? I assume none of you gentlemen watched that one because I know Zach is not into wrestling. WrestleMania was great. It was exactly what WrestleMania should be. It was fun. It had incredible moments. It had a big, joyous return. There was incredible pops. We had Stone Cold Steve Austin back for 2 nights in a row, baby. So yeah. It was one of the good WrestleManias, and we haven't had a proper. Well, I like 35 a lot, but yeah, this 38, by the way. Since today is Kristen Stewart's birthday, I know she is watching because she knows who I am. Happy birthday, Kristen. What is your favorite and least favorite performance from her, and why? Oh, favorite is Spencer.
Yeah.
There's no other
doubt.
Least favorite? I mean, the Twilights, I guess.
Yeah.
Outside of Twilight, I've never seen her give a bad performance.
But that's not. I don't even think that's her fault. That's how the character.
I don't think it's her fault, but it was a bad performance.
Yep. Yeah. I agree.
Underrated. You know what? It's an underrated performance from her. Panic Room. Not enough people talk about how good she is in Panic Room.
Oh yeah, young Kristen Stewart.
That's really good. All right, movie fan. Ren, Zach, and Leo. Are you predicting anyone to be cast in Scream 6? If so, who? And who do you think will return from Scream 5? Obviously, we need to have Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera.
Everyone who survived. Everyone who survived.
Everyone who survived.
Important
but they're going to Woodsboro.
I
don't even think the twins will be there.
I think Matthew Lillard comes back in some capacity.
Like Randy was for 3 and 4.
Well I'll say this: the twins are in it. The twins are in the movie. Yeah, they're okay. Everyone who survived. The only one that's not confirmed is Neve Campbell. I don't think she's coming back.
I don't think we need
Courtney
her.
Cox is. Yeah, Courtney Cox is,
but she's Gail Weathers. She's around everywhere because she's going to cover the story.
I think we need Neve, but I think Matthew Lillard might come back in some capacity.
I don't know how they do, but
I don't know how they do it either. But hey, they got Skeeto.
But there's a lot of characters they mentioned but never talked, like the mother. Kirby. Dude, if we don't get Kirby,
oh my god,
we're gonna get Kirby.
There was a YouTube thumbnail in the movie of her talking about surviving.
We have to get Hayden Panettiere back, man. She's so good.
Yeah. I don't know, like actors who haven't been in Scream, but I predict they will be cast. I don't know, man. Like I'm surely. I mean, bring the people from Euphoria. Bring Maud Apatow into Scream. Don't bring Sydney Sweeney because she probably died, but I don't want to see her die. So yeah. What else? Nate Ackenbauer. What's your guys? Oh, I know this one. What's your guys' favorite fast food places? Personally, my favorite is Freddy's. I don't even know what Freddy's is. Leo?
It's a burger place.
Come back to me.
Okay. Zach?
So
you guys have a shit ton more than I do, by the way.
Well, we have a ton, but like I haven't been eating it as much, so because like I've been trying to get better. But I have one place. There's this Hispanic restaurant that's homemade, but it's fast food. It's next to my girlfriend's house. I shit you not, all through COVID, all after that, dude, I would go there like 3 times a week. Their breakfast burritos are fucking amazing, and they're huge. And you can put whatever you want in it. Best food out here. But Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, especially to get the munchies, man.
Yeah, man. Jack in the Box, though? Oh, no, that's my desperate last resort.
Really, dude? No, their curly fries, their breakfast, man.
Taco Bell, I don't even go to when I'm desperate.
Oh, Taco Bell fire, man. They brought the nacho fries back.
Nacho fries, man. Yeah.
They need to keep them on the menu. Like, stop taking them away.
Always. But yeah, the Panda Express too.
Panda's good. Oh man, you guys got Fat Burger?
We have a Wendy's about to open here, so I'm curious to try Wendy's.
Dude, Ren, get the Baconator. Get a Baconator.
That's the best thing there, man.
You had me at bacon. It's a Panda Express we don't have out here. My favorite fast food place, Pizza Hut, because I love my pizza.
Man, our pizza
and unless I'm having proper pizza, I'm going for Pizza Hut. And Chipotle. I love Chipotle.
I hate Chipotle. I fucking hate Chipotle.
Chipotle's awesome. It's better than Qdoba. Yeah, Fat Burger, if you guys have ever heard of that one.
I think we have it.
I had it.
I mean, it might not be the same, but we have one called Fat Burger,
which is kind of like a difference. Like, there's a slight difference. Y'all might have like breakfast at your Fat Burger, but it's.
If you guys ever come to Arizona, though, this isn't a fast food place to sit down, but it's called Rehab Burger, and it's like people who were in rehab who now decide to make a restaurant after they were off of drugs. But they sell pot brownies there. They sell these burgers are this big. And they cost $20 each, and it's the best fucking burger you'll ever have in your life. You can put mac and cheese on there, peanut butter and jelly. It's fucking amazing.
Ooh, so I thought it was called Rehab Burger because it's so good you're gonna need rehab after eating
that too, probably. That too.
All right, and we're gonna end it there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday. Thank you so much for being here, for your great questions, and thank you to my 2 co-hosts, because Leo is co-hosting today. Leo, what do you got coming up this week? Thank you for joining us, and where can people find you?
Well, thanks for having me, man. Got a lot coming up this week. The Northman. A couple other screenings as well. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's some other screenings, but definitely some more iCarly content. May restart Halo if this next episode is good enough. I'll be 100%. And then Moon Knight, of course. And yeah, that's what I got coming up. Thanks for having me on, Ren.
Thank you for being here, and you're welcome anytime. Zach, what do you got coming up, and where can people find you?
This is the first week I only have one screening. I'm so happy. I only have The Bad Guys this week. There's the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. There was one, but you have to pay. The press one's not till the week after. I'm like, I don't want to pay. I want to see it like with an audience, not like one that's a small theater. I'd rather go to like a press audience screening. So I'm gonna wait. But I am seeing Bad Guys next Saturday. So yeah, Ren, next Saturday.
Yeah, that one too for me. Next Saturday.
I'm very excited for Bad Guys. But other than that, just Moon Knight.
I might have Patrick co-host next week, because I was going to say, Leo, you want to co-host? But Leo also got the screening, so maybe Patrick. Oh, he froze.
Oh, no.
Okay, at least he got his say. At least he got to say what he had coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what I got coming up. We got Operation Mincemeat. We got The Outfit. We got The Northman. We got Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I have already recorded my Fantastic Beasts ranking with the Harry Potter movies as well. So that's coming out on Thursday as the film comes out for you guys in the States. And obviously Moon Knight. By the way, you guys exploded with my Moon Knight reviews, because Leo, you know this. We talk about it all the time in the chat. My MCU shows coverage never does particularly well. I only get, if I'm lucky, I'll get to the 100 views. My Moon Knight episode 2 review, for some reason, is up in the 800s at this point.
Oh, dude.
There we go. It just took off. But the episode 1 review still at 69, which is nice in itself. But yeah, we got a packed week, and of course, X-Men 2000 review. Really hyped to start that one too. Now that I had a proper audio, proper image, getting those comic book movies reviews out of the way. And I'm going to be re-reviewing the original Doctor Strange, which right now you can find the review for that one originally back in 2016, but that review is going away because my image was shit, my audio was shit, but enjoy it while you can before the updated version. Leo, thank you again for joining us. Thank you guys for watching or for listening to us on Spotify. Don't forget to go there and rate us because it helps, guys, and it brings more people into the show, makes the show grow, and it's the one thing that keeps the show going. So thank you so much, everyone and all, and until the next one,